I say this one.
Scott just wants you to be older than him.
No, I'm 36. That's not older than me.
Mm-hmm. Sure, you're 36.
So are we de-aging me now? Usually it's the other way around. What's going on?
Gotta keep you on your toes.
Are we going to make me taller too?
Wouldn't that be great if we had a session fall on like April Fools and we just spent the entire session calling Scott young and tall?
Now I have to check out next April. Hold on. Oh shit. All right, so we got to get into this because we only have so much time, and it's a Saturday next April. All right, cool.
Jake, we have a hard out. I think is
10 of 11 is when we have to leave.
It's so wrong.
10 minutes before when we normally end, our normal end time.
10 minutes prior. 10 minutes prior to the
I would prefer
ding
that.
Of 11.
I would prefer that to of, because of makes literally zero sense.
Oh, yeah, he literally makes
prior makes perfect sense.
Yeah, 10 of that looks fucking ridiculous. Seeing
10 of 11
looks even worse.
Wait, but what if you say 10 of 12? Surely you mean 10 hours out of a 12, because 12 is half the amount of hours in the day.
No, it's 7 of 9.
But 24 is too high a number for you guys. So you navigate the world in 12s instead.
My clock is it's in the AM. You can't see it. My clock's always on 24 hours. Most of my screenshots are on 24 hours. Yeah.
Same.
It's just easier that way.
Would you say 10 of 23?
No.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
No, because most of the people around me don't work at a 24-hour clock. They just you try to talk about the 24-hour. You try to speak in those terms, they get confused as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, wait, what's a 17? Bro, just take away 2. So it's 15. Let's take away 12, or you just take away the 2, and you're good. Like your brain should be able to handle the other 10 without even thinking.
Because it can't handle 3 numbers in a row. Remember, 10 to 11. You can't handle that. That's too much. And you expect people to handle a 24-hour clock? Holy moly.
Jake, can you get this boy in line so we can play our session?
Not at the moment.
What? No.
Get me down, kid.
I understand that probably wasn't for the bit, but even if it was, I would respect it so much.
Oh my God, 7 of 9. It makes sense.
That's why
7 minutes to 9. That's her name. Is 7 minutes to 9.
There you go. Perfect.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
But
she's a robot. She wakes up perfectly at 7 of 9.
It was just too complex for the Americans.
No, I knew what it meant. It's 7 minutes of 9 o'clock. That's what her name meant.
And it was too complex for the Borg, obviously, because 3 numbers. Oh boy, Jesus! Robots, factually bad with numbers.
Yep. I saw Doctor Who. Daleks are dumb as fuck. So
I mean, they're
not robots.
They're like a sneeze inside a suit.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
With an eyeball.
They're really gross. They're really annoying. All right, so back to game. Last time on Inclement, we probably did some story stuff.
You mean session 17 of 18? Or is that too complex?
It's actually 17 to 18 is what it is. It was 17 to 18. That's what it was. Jay, we're on session 17,218 is the session we're on right now. I wonder how many Aurorum sessions there have been in total. Like just flat. Anyways, so including the community ones. So back to game. So you guys kidnapped the gnome because you can't take a joke, man. Can't take a joke. And then you snuck away with him with chloroform over his face. Then you tried to tell the commander, but the commander was playing with the suck boy. And I'm just because we have to walk our path to remember where we are. That's me. I'm bringing you guys to the charity.
Scott can remember one thing about what's happened. Who's like, you know what? If I just tell people, I tell the story, it'll come back to me.
The start of the last session was when we cured.
Hold on.
Neil.
And then you guys dropped in on the party. Oh wait, no, dropped out of the party as you let the glass break and let the sun in. And then you got all shiny bright boy. Fought the vamp, and he went and like floated away. Meanwhile, Jake stopped to grab, I think, a chili dog and a side of cheese fries, and made his way back to the hotel room and started just trying to like feed the gnome who was unconscious on the couch, but the gnome was sleeping. Eventually, everybody shows up. You wake him up. You talk to him. You go, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't have attacked him, but it was fun." You go back to his house. I think you cuddle fuck on his couch.
We didn't attack him, actually. He literally attacked us first. I mean, unless he identified as part of that window.
No.
Oh, you mean the gnome? No, we
Yeah,
didn't think
yeah.
that. We thought we should have attacked him.
No, afterwards.
No. I still thought
Ah.
we should have attacked him.
So the gnome hooked you up with a place to a safe place to sleep, I believe, for the night, and as well as got you a low-level rogue that had a little bit of theological training. I know it's not a word. Training from his family prior. Read some scrolls, made Neil feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside, and then he got yeeted out of there in a caravan. The gnome came back and said, "I thought about leaving." And then from there is where I get fuzzy. So what happened after the gnome bit?
We learned that pardon me, the storehouse by the river was likely a place we need to investigate at the very least, but also a place that Vampire Boy was very angry that was given up and then very quickly reacquired when
We spoke
the
to
raids
Neil.
happened.
We went and spoke to Neil in the prison.
That's right, yeah, Neil.
This would be a lot easier if you'd given NPCs unique names,
Sorry. No. We went to
He
talk
is
to
a-
Neil,
yeah.
who's been called Neil, but his
Yep.
name is actually
Who cares?
Brain.
Roy?
Why have you died mid-speech? I literally was about to say it, and my brain's gone. It's E. Ethan. Oh my god. My bra-
So the joke here is that Neil is Neil's name, and Ethan is Messy's name, and Brittany confuses them. So
yeah.
that
I mean,
was
like,
explain the joke.
why bother differentiating? Like, you'll soon figure out. When one of them speaks, and you're like, wait a minute, you're Floridian. Oh no.
No, Neil's sitting there, and
Oh
then
my
his head
God.
just does like a perfect 180 without bones cracking, and it's just Messy's face at the other side, like Voldemort on
Yeah, like,
Professor Muggle or whatever his name was.
Quirrell, yeah.
Quirrell, yeah.
I
I
like
knew it was
that.
an "ol" at the end. All right. Anyways, no, I like. Sorry for I was thinking.
And he's dead. Jesus fucking mid-speech fall.
I was thinking, oh, it's Neil, but Messy's face is on the back of the head, and then I just had a Messy with Neil's face on the back, and Neil's sitting there like, yes, Messy, go and play with the alligator. We will make the news. Like, all right. Anyways, bring the petroleum jelly. This will be epic, boys. All right. Anyways,
We need to stock up on potions as well before we do this fight.
I don't think we're doing this fight. I think Regicide have dealt with it, right? Right? I mean, if they haven't, what the fuck are we paying them for? I want my money back.
Well, I literally have no idea what's going on in Regicide.
Yeah, same.
Except for the fact that I have an offline D&D game that Messy's in, and he literally, his first words on a Zoom call, he just popped up and went, "You're dealing with the vampire fuck." So I have no idea what that means.
Oh, damn it. Why are they so useless?
Is that true? They disrupt things before they leave.
They're like 17 levels ahead of us.
Listen, there's a Winifred's wisdom for Tristan the horse guy, not Tristan the shady guy. So just take your Winifred's wisdom and let's move along. Okay?
Nice. I
You
also
can look
need to
down the
finish
camera and thank
healing
Steve.
before we fight.
Talk to me, baby. I should have put on my slippers. I'm wearing my sandals. Now my feet are
never
cold.
solves their problems. And then another person says right after, they just like to cause problems and move in. Wow. That's some Zen wisdom from chat there.
How? All right, talk to me, Tesh. What do you need, baby?
I was just saying at some stage we need to stock up on potions before we go to this fight. And
What do
I
you mean
also
stock
need to
up on
finish
potions?
healing before
Jake
this
is a
fight.
potion stock.
Yes, that includes going through him and paying him the monies that we need to pay him to get them potions.
Yeah, about that. I think we have
Apparently
the
not
money
a
for that.
potion supply.
Wait, what?
I think we have the money for it.
Yeah, I literally don't. I think we've
All the
gone through our
time.
supply of gold multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, time is a big factor here. All right, talk to me.
We've also gone through our credit thing as well. I'm pretty sure, commissary.
Well, the problem is the commissary is blown up, burned down. Someone could have stopped it, but
Oh.
instead they just, I'm kidding. Let's keep going. Kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
I saw Tesh just slow look to the camera, and I was like, All right, so jumping into this, where were you physically? So the last actual thing that happened was it Neil getting healed?
No.
The last thing that no, that was the first thing that happened. The last thing that happened was we were talking to Neil at the barracks, I believe. At the makeshift barracks, I should say.
Oh, the other Neil. No, the Neil that turned out to be
sorry,
Ethan.
we're
Yes,
talking
my
to
apologies.
Ethan,
Neil that
yeah.
turned out to be Ethan. Yes. All right, cool. So you guys got all sorts of information from him, including the warehouse, so on and so forth. You were thinking about going to the warehouse
We were
right now.
also
Cool.
I can't remember if it was an NPC that put it forward, but someone put forth the idea of using Ethan as bait to get Neil, because apparently Neil likes the taste of Ethan's blood.
Oh, yeah, I suggested
all-
we use him as bait.
That was you.
Oh.
Okay. I knew someone did. I couldn't remember who it was.
Oh, usually other Neil would be like, let's use Neil again. So anyways, the
You
you
brought
guys
this confusion entirely.
Yeah, we
wrong.
also figured out that the warehouse by the water was sus because they reacquired it super fast after the raids, and the Dreyfus was super pissed off that they sold it. Like the most pissed off that Ethan had ever seen him.
Okay. So what's the plan? Do you want to try to get your hands on supplies before you head over there?
Well,
Why
I think
why was Messi giving you information about the vampires?
because he was a thrall, he was an unwilling thrall, and now that he's spent time away from the person who was thralling him,
Messi
he's
was
like,
an unwilling thrall?
no, Ethan, fucking.
Yeah, that's Messi.
Okay, yes, he was an unwilling thrall.
This is my form of terrorism.
And now he
without
spent
Scott's
time
naming.
away from. Yeah, this is fucking. Now that he spent time away from Neil Vampire, that he's realized like that and sort of is willing to help.
So we have that info, and going back to what Tesh was saying, instead of Neil's distractions. Tesh, did you want to try to get your hands on potions for a particular location?
I don't have any money, unfortunately, and I don't know if we can
Yeah, I got no gold either.
sequester them.
So we got no potions.
Well, I think we
Underleveled.
literally actually asked an NPC last round if there were any supplies we could have, and they said no. So, then unless someone's got a better idea of how we can get some.
So let me just TLDR this. The plan is to fight a much stronger master vampire in their own lair without appropriate provisions, underleveled.
Okay, well, we need to get holy
What
water. I
if
remember
we
that
just
was a
bought
thing
like
we
a
wanted.
little vial of poison instead?
Oh, and
we-
it's usually going 2 out as well because I'm useless.
Yeah.
So I
Make it a
think
little
a
bit
better
better.
idea would be, first of all, we need holy water. That was something we wanted to acquire, and I think going after Vampire Neil first would be a better idea, so we can get one of his like major generals out of the way. Maybe even learn some things that we need to take down. Actually, beat me to it. Maybe we can learn some things to take down Dreyfus easier. Maybe even like, I don't know, a weakness or something. I think going after the Vampire Neil is probably a good idea first. So as much as I don't like the idea of using Ethan as bait, it probably is a really good idea.
I mean, so are we going to use him as bait to try to get him out? Are we going to go and get supplies to raid the warehouse? Or are we just going to go raid the warehouse?
We can't get supplies without
Well,
stealing.
Or trying to access it
Yeah.
through whatever small supplies that remain with the military now that everything's gone sideways, including the field commander
Oh my
disappearing.
god.
Jesus Christ, Steve, you have me worried.
Yeah,
I love that cheer though.
Steve, I love you. please be kind.
Oh boy,
That
I
cheer
am
is
so scared.
actually great. Actually,
All right,
yeah.
so let's jump into this because I keep being afraid of sessions on Wednesdays getting canceled. So where we going? What are we doing?
Holy water is something we should probably acquire because that one I'm pretty sure we can acquire, can't we?
So the problem
Well,
with holy water is it has to be made by somebody who can create the spell or what have you.
There's literally no holy people in the
Oh,
Because the
that's
vamp
right.
went out of his way
Fuck.
to do that.
Now I remember that's the reason why we didn't get holy water last time. I remember that now.
Correct.
I remember holy water was talked about. I just didn't remember why we didn't get it last time.
Correct.
Fuck.
Yeah, and,
okay.
I don't think we should really bother with trying to get potions and such because, to be honest, I don't really want to be around this the Master of War or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, this Master of War really is primed to fuck things up for us. Because they're a petty bitch. Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think honestly we need to decide what we're doing with Ethan and Vampire Neil, and then get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think we do have a multitude of problems, and I think we need to go talk with Risen. I think that's the next step, and tell him, more or less that we think we know where Dreyfus's sarcophagus is, but also,
Or at the very least,
how are we
something
gonna
he finds
destroy
very valuable.
how are we going to
So
destroy
there's-
it? That's another matter.
the
Okay.
sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Can you
Well,
not make an explosive?
Yeah, sarcophagi shouldn't be magical in their own right. They should be sarcophagus is usually made out of stone, a hammer, a chisel, explosions, like Neil said. I mean, that's the Floridian on the back of his head. Blow it up.
I'm just checking if I have anything that allows me to just destroy stuff easier.
Do you have some way to deal sonic damage?
I do deal sonic damage. Yes.
Sonic damage ignores the hardness of objects when you're trying to break them.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I can straight up do sonic
it's
damage
either-
as an,
hold
as
on,
an
wait.
attack.
It's either it ignores the hard. I'm trying to remember. It either ignores the hardness or energy damage does half damage to objects, but sonic or fire do not, depending on what it's hitting. Use logic. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, yeah, I
I
can
think
straight
that's
up
how it works.
do sonic. I'm set up to do sonic damage now, without even having to worry about spending power points. I can do 2d6 sonic damage.
That would take ages if you just did a bunch of 2d6, but you could potentially do it for free. Because you have to I think you have to
If I
actually
need
get
to
through
do
the
it,
hardness
yeah.
first. Yeah.
Oh, okay. If I needed to do it in a rush, I could do 2 rounds of 8d6, and then then I think I dropped back down to like 46 and then 2d6 again.
Make stretch. Stone has a hardness. Wait for Jake to come back and you guys make a decision here. But stone has a hardness of 8, which means all damage is reduced by 8 before anything else. And the energy weapons deal half damage to the object. So you divide by 2 before applying hardness. But some things at GM's discretion do full damage against it. Like say, for instance, fire against parchment or what have you. Sonic might do full damage against glass or crystal objects, or in this case, stone, I'm saying. So yeah, you would not divide by 2 before applying hardness. Dude, divide before applying hardness, that's way more rough than the other way around. Yeah. That's rough. That means it gets to ignore 16 points of damage. Holy shit. But in this case, you would ignore only 8 points of damage for you. All right.
I don't have any. I can make my armor harder, but that's about it as far as like destroying things or like modifying hardness. I can make my unarmed strikes do like harder, but that also doesn't help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
no, I think the Sonic's probably how it's going to be. So it's going to take a while. So
that's destroy the sarcophagus for when you get there. But the question is, what's the plan immediately?
Well, we don't even necessarily know for certain where the sarcophagus is, so we need to find this Neil vampire and get Risen to control him.
Or even just go to the warehouse, you know what I mean, and see what the hell's going on at the warehouse.
I think our Neil has a good idea there in that if we get Risen in on the ambush for Vampire Neil, we might even be able to just, if we get lucky enough, we might get control of him and we can get those questions asked.
Possible.
Worst case scenario, second worst case scenario, we get rid of one of his generals. Worst case scenario, we get wiped by one of his generals.
but you know that Neil is most likely at the Dice Lord's actual like gambling place, right? Not some random warehouse or what have you. And that is, as far as you understand, his base of operations. That is truly walking into the den. Unless you can get Neil to literally lure him out, which is a maybe. You would have to be going into what is truly his den.
I mean,
because
we wouldn't be doing that. We'd be trying to lure him out.
No, just take him a few alleys out, slice his hands. You know, this man can. So we understand that Neil can sense Neil.
Yes,
that connection.
Yes. But
if he realizes he's nearby and then catches the scent of his blood, he's very, very hungry at the moment. It's unlikely that this pathetic vampire beast will be able to resist his base urges.
I do agree that Neil is a pathetic, blood-sucking beast. I do agree. But moving on.
These names are going to slow down the session so much.
I have chosen violence today.
Yeah. Just these names alone are like going to cost us like an hour and a half.
All right.
So
let's leave the jokes alone. We can drop the jokes. Good point. So is that the tactic? I'm asking because we literally are still in pause mode. We haven't unpaused the game yet.
Yeah. I'm asking that. I think that's a good idea.
We can just go to the warehouse. I don't really care either way.
Both of those work for me. I like both options.
Yeah, if we go to the warehouse, that may have at least a bit of element of surprise in that I don't think they expect us to know about the warehouse. Whereas if we take out Neil, Dreyfus may be like, oh shit, well, they might know about it now, sort of thing. So that has some merit as well if we want to try the warehouse first. And the issue then is we might run into both of both Neil and Dreyfus. And
I mean,
all
that's
of the
okay
minions.
because you can always commit seppuku at any point. So, like, run into two strong vampires, no problem.
See, my tactic if we run into 2 strong vampires is to fly straight up above the fog.
Yeah, but we're in a warehouse, Tesh. You fly
I
straight
will go
up and you
through the
hit the
roof if I
tin.
need
You
to.
hit the tin roof, and then they drag you back down.
Yeah, just horror movie style, back into the fog. Yeah, I think both have merits. What do you think, Jake?
I think just go for the warehouse first.
Okay. We can always like go for Neil after the fact, I think. So
Yeah,
Well, I'll be at
we
the
need
warehouse.
to get
I need to
Risen
heal a
anyway.
little more first, though, because I'm still 10 hit points down.
I mean,
Do we have any way of? I forget how Pathfinder healing works. It's been so long.
you heal overnight. You would have healed your level. That's it. But you already would have applied that last night.
I did,
Like
yeah,
that-
because
yeah.
I was really hurt last time.
Yeah. So that would mean that you have to heal based off of whatever assets you have available to you at the moment. So if you're missing 10, you're going in missing 10 unless you have something that can heal you. That's a Jake question more than anything else.
I do have a potion
Have
of
one
cure
healing
wounds, but that's
potion left,
literally
that's
my
it.
last. Yeah, like a potion of cure light wounds is literally my last one.
Same.
Cool.
Well-
Then that seems like you're running low in supplies at the moment. So
Yes, that's why I mentioned it at the start of the session.
Yeah. But unfortunately, nothing can be done quite at this moment about it. So, Jake needs money and time, and he can make pretty much anything, but he needs again money and time to be able to pull that off. All right. So, the idea is kind of like looking at your canteen and being like, or a slash. You're running dangerously low in your health boy juice. You make the decision, well, instead of going into the den of thieves while we're running low on supplies, let's do the slightly safer route and go ahead and bring ourselves to the warehouse.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we
I
can
have
steal
one
some
question.
supplies
I don't
from
know if it
them.
could have been applied, but could I not have made a heal check? You know what I mean? To help. I think you can make heal check. I mean, for me, nature
Long-term
would
care.
help with healing.
You could have done that overnight if need be. You could have done a long-term care check for them. I have no problem with saying that your character, knowing that the supplies were low, that you would have done that the night prior. I believe it's a DC 20 heal check for each of the characters, which I think you automatically succeed, don't you?
Yes.
Oh
Right?
shit!
So all that means for you boys is that you heal double your level instead. So all you do is add your level one more time onto your health pool.
Okay, that still helps a lot.
Yeah. One of the things I love about Pathfinder is you could actually walk into sessions not being at max health every fucking moment of every day. Like as a character that gets in these life-threatening battles, you're not like a god that just wakes up the next morning like, oh, I had this bad dream that I had a scratch. Well, it's a good thing that dream was fake. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So you are going to start heading over to the warehouse. Any other details or what have you want to go over? Anything else you need to mention prior to heading that way? Or are you guys good?
So I was just checking what protection from chaos does because I don't think that's going to help, unfortunately.
I probably not. No.
Vampires are all lawful.
I mean, if they are chaotic, it would apply. But it's more than likely that you would want to deal with the protection from evil because that's a more
We
guaranteed
don't
win.
have.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. I was gonna say 'cause that's a more guaranteed win.
Yeah, if
protection
I
from
had
evil
if
would
I
be-
had that, I would 100% be putting that on my quick belt. But I have these are my 3 options for because I have 1 quick belt slot left. I have protection from chaos, endure elements, and disguise self. So I'm like, which one of those do I need to apply quickly?
Yeah, which one will actually help me in this scenario? Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I think
All right.
honestly, disguise self might be the best one just to have as a quick one because you never know when I might need that really fast.
I definitely disguise self. We could save you in a pretty rough pinch. Absolutely. But protection from chaos is a protection spell that's actually in a combat versus like you quickly put
that's
something
a good
on.
point.
Potion
Yeah.
of chaos.
Yeah, then I decisions.
I if I were you, I would go with the potion of protection from chaos, just because you never
I'll
know
put
what
that on
kind
my
of
quick
combat.
belt, yeah.
Yeah, like that one actually feels like a mid combat thing to drink. You know what I mean? And I don't want to sit here and like screw with you and give you bad advice. Like,
no, that does make sense. I was that was my original plan, but I was sad to see it's only chaotic creatures are not like something else. It makes sense with the name, but I didn't realize it was like alignment wise.
Oh, gotcha. So, all right, boys, you were going to was it?
I was talking to me, Dad.
What? What's he saying?
I was talking to me, Dad.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, what about cameras? All right, cool. So let's kind of get into it. So you boys are walking out of where it was that you were investigating Neil, and kind of chatting.
Specifically, we wanted to hit out not the main entrance because we were being followed.
Oh, that's right. So you wanted to what's the word I'm looking for here? Head out of where you were investigating him was at the makeshift barracks or what have you, right? So you have the primary entrance is realistically usually the only way in or out. So because it's specifically like a safeguarded place. I mean, is it the best against fires? No, but it does safeguard, like, so all supplies, all people go in and out of the that one location. So you are unfortunately kind of like stuck going out that main entrance. But that doesn't mean you can't try to be discreet or what have you. Like, you could always ask some of the other soldiers to maybe travel with you to make things so you can like disguise yourself as you go, maybe invisibility. I don't know if you have any tricks up your sleeves, boys.
I mean, I have the disguise self.
Oh, actually, there you go. There's your disguise self moment. You want to not be followed when you walk out? There you go.
Yeah, but it's whether the other two have something
I
as
also
well.
have a
to go with.
disguise. So.
I also have disguise self.
Oh, well.
So the 3 of us just walk out with these huge handlebar mustaches.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was
Oh, Jesus Christ.
the meme version of our disguise self. So, yeah, we could just make ourselves look like 3
Us,
other
but with
soldiers.
huge handlebar mustaches, yes.
Anyway, like 3 other soldiers. I assume we would want to make sure the guards at the entrance knew what we were doing, or at least someone near the entrance, rather than just being like, I guess. Oh, but the disguising as 3 random soldiers and walking out may not go well if someone's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
That's true. Yeah, that's actually a good point. So maybe is either you know, whatever you like to do.
We can get wait, what's his name? Scroll through all my notes are getting long now. Warden, where's the name that I put? Warden. I know he's a warden.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Holt, yeah,
Holt.
the one that assists you beforehand, the one that Norway likes and then was disappointed by. Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, this is a good man. He's not so good man. I don't like him. Yeah. All right, cool.
Was so good.
So yeah, you guys are able to get Warden Holt, inform him of the scenario. He doesn't ask any questions. He's like, absolutely, I got you. and he will 100% take care of your doing that.
Yeah, so I guess we'll use the disguise selves to get out of here unfollowed.
Perfect.
So we can
And so you do
that.
exactly that, and you guys are able to head out of there. And no hiccups, no anything. You don't even need to make disguise checks. Nobody's going to be able to get close enough to be able to watch you coming out. Even if you rolled poorly on your disguise checks, you're going to have distance and whatnot as a factor. So you'll be safe. Okay. So I'm just telling you
How
straight
long do
out.
we have
Don't
the
worry about it. You
disguises for?
succeeded. That lasts for what, 10 minutes per level, I believe. So a pretty long time.
We might as well use this to get to the warehouse and maybe scope it out, unless we're getting risen in on the warehouse raid.
That's actually
I feel
pretty
like we
legit.
should talk to Risen only because, I mean, if we go into this warehouse, it's realistically it's you and Tristan, and Tristan's probably not going to be on his horse. So
We can
let's be
scope it
real.
out at least, maybe, while we're disguised.
It's a big warehouse, right? A horse will fit.
Technically speaking, probably.
So we got a choice. We've got disguise for a little bit of time. Do we scope it out while disguised, or do we use the disguise to get back to the house and hopefully get out before the tail has been figured out what's going on and gone back to the house? Because right now we're not being followed, which is important.
I mean,
agree it's
sure,
important.
we can just go check it out quickly.
'Kay,
Scope it out. See
perfect.
What's around.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll take this opportunity to scope it out.
Hold on. I am almost done
So
getting it
we're
ready
just
for you boys
guards
too.
on patrol as far as anyone's concerned.
Correct. Yes, actually, which is about as brilliant of a disguise as you could have, because it makes perfect sense that you literally would just be guards kind of like patrolling around the area. All right, cool. So that being said, as you guys are coming down here and doing your patrol or what have you, what are we taking a fairly direct approach because it doesn't matter because you are perfectly disguised, or are we trying to be a little discreet, be a little sneaky on your approach?
I'm not attempting to sneak.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think since we're in disguises, let's not attempt to sneak, because if one of us is not sneaking, it would be weird. If you're like, why is there one soldier investigating and rather than just a group of soldiers who might have been tipped off by something?
Yep. Okay, cool. Give me about 10 seconds to make sure everything's good. Looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good. Everything looks good. Cool. I'm going to come over here, click this on, click you. Dynamic lighting is on. Daylight mode is on. Update when token dropped is
We have a
on.
battle map.
Well, yeah, you always have a battle map, right?
Yes, the fact that we've got our self-drawn battle map that we're looking at right now from the last big combat we had.
You know what I just realized? I don't think this campaign. Oh wow, Viggo, you don't have a token.
This is literally the first battle map we've ever had. Is what you're building right now.
Because I don't think I made I don't think I made a combat overlay for this whole campaign. And you guys never selected tokens.
Battle map.
Yeah.
Because it's literally. Well, no, okay.
Not yet.
I selected tokens. I want to make that clear. I selected multiple tokens, and I was waiting for everyone else to finish selecting theirs.
Because I had that problem, Scott, on Warmonger, where you were all on a different thing, but I wasn't.
Oh, you just let me know, and I can reset that for you. Yeah.
I
Just
see
use the Kingmaker overlay. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, it's because you guys don't have what's the word I'm looking for here? Tokens. So they're not previously set up for having vision. Is the issue here?
Ooh.
So like Viggo can now see. I'm not sure who's next. Give me a second. This is
technically there's something we could use as tokens.
Tristan can now see, and now on just roll 20 is likes to drag its fucking feet. Come on, baby. Oh my god.
I'll trust you that I can see.
I double click the token. You can do it, baby. You can do it. I have faith in you. I don't have faith in you.
You know how I feel about you, Scott.
Is there
I'm
a
just
way
gonna-
I can see what
I'm
tokens
gonna
you have
I'm gonna
access
reset.
to, and I could just grab one real quick?
If I don't have it, I'll just buy it. It's called. Give me a second. I'll tell you the whole the name of the artist and more or less anything that they make from the hero line. Oh my god, you fucking motherfucker! Exit game.
I know. I literally just realized I have favorites saved of the tokens that I decided on.
Come on, you can do it. All right, reloaded. Gallon, dynamic lighting, vision. Hey! All right, if you guys can't see, just go ahead and refresh, and you should be able to see. And let me pull your eyes to the correct area of the map. All right, cool. I'll get you there in a second.
Cool,
I
can't
realized
see.
that apparently I don't actually have a battle map set up for Inclement. I don't think I ever set one up for you guys, did I?
Yeah, because this is the first time we've had a battle map.
So we'll put you on Warmonger's battle map just so we can.
'Cause we're a ghetto group.
There we go. We're gonna put you on
Warmonger.
Warmonger's.
Wait, Warmonger?
What do you want me to do? Regicide?
Kingmaker?
Do I even still have that? I probably deleted that.
Throne Keeper?
I think Kingmaker's combat map went. I think it turned to dust.
You got rid of it?
No, I think it turned to dust.
How dare?
Yeah, you got rid of it.
There you go. Now you guys are you guys are in the wrong spots for Kingmaker, but at least you're on it. All right, cool.
Wait, I'm Teasel.
You're
Oh,
Ilan.
wait. Oh, I'm Ilan.
There you go. All right, cool.
God damn.
All right, so you guys are approaching this.
Brisket, I'll take it.
You guys are approaching this giant ass warehouse. So and doing your kind of like runarounds. I'll give you a second to go ahead and legitimately explore the place. Since you're just guards, feel free to take a couple of seconds to actually walk around the place. While you're doing that, I'm gonna try to answer Gallon's question.
Scott,
yes.
While we're looking around, do you think you could give my token vision, please?
I did.
Yeah.
Did you refresh?
Bear with me.
Okay, since we actually have a battle map, I need to rearrange how I've got my
I
layouts
refreshed.
done.
It works.
Okay.
I normally don't have a very big screen for our actual combat map stuff because we never have a combat map, so I just need to do some rearranging.
Well, and to answer your question, sir, they're specifically called Hero Token Pack. So it's Hero Tokens hyphen pack, tokens with an S hyphen pack. I'll tell you the name of the artist in a second. But usually, if I don't have one of the ones that you like from them, don't worry about it. I'll just buy it. You know what I mean? So Hero Tokens Pack, because I'll end up using it. You know what I mean? I like support artists. Forgotten Adventures. Okay. Adventures with an S at the end. Forgotten Adventures is the artist. Hero Tokens Pack. So you can look that up, but we're going to get to the game. That's more important right now. We can look this up and give you guys tokens to the future. And if I don't already have the pack, I'll buy it. Cool. Moving on. You guys take a moment to actually like walk around the map, get a good feeling of the place, get a good understanding of what's going on. That's here. So one of the things you notice is that there is a large double door that's right here. That large double door is shut right now. So it's up to you as to whether or not you test the door or what have you. Next to the double door is actually a stone wall. That stone wall is probably about 18 feet tall. So definitely too high for somebody to just like clean jump. But, you know, one person on another person's shoulders, or if you were to like literally stand on Carrick's back or something like that, would allow you to climb over that if you wanted to. The rest of the building itself is made out of wood, and it's actually very tall. The building is probably about 30 feet tall, which makes sense for a warehouse because you probably have multiple levels inside, or at the very least, in the summertime, you want the heat to be able to be trapped up high. You don't want something being too hot in there to negatively affect whatever you're storing, or kill your warehouse workers with heat exhaustion. So it's about 30 feet tall, and then that's where the roof starts, and the roof has a slight slants to it because you are in the southern parts of Aeroth, so it does occasionally get snow down here. All right. So you can keep going around if you'd like.
I assume that's a window or something.
Yep, that is a window. So you could actually, in theory, climb up and look into that window if you wanted to. Yes, sir.
Probably not by the street. That might be a little inconspicuous. A guard being like boop, boop, up the wall.
Not even just up the wall, necessarily the guard of the wall. There's also a wagon right there that, in theory, could be moved over to look at it.
I mean, if there are many people around.
Honestly, there are not many people around. There are a few here and there, just kind of like sitting around. But overall, no, there are not many people around this place.
What do you guys think? Should I have a peek through the window?
Why not? Worst thing that's going to happen is there's a vampire in there who meets your gaze.
That is, I mean, luckily I'm more resilient than. Well, I guess you have the things in than Jake. You would be the best one to look in, but I think I'm the best one for perception, as far as safety for perception. Because I think if Jake looks in, he doesn't have any protections, right?
I mean, there's no point me looking in.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd like look in and it'd just all be black and white.
And I assume you guys are going to look throughout the rest of the building as well, and not just this one spot. But continuing on, go ahead. So you're going to go up to that window and actively try to look into it. How do you do so?
I was going to say I'm going to move the wagon a little bit over because you said I could use that and then look in.
Absolutely. Yeah. The wagon shouldn't be difficult to move because it's literally just a wagon. So you can easily pick it up with your hands, move it over. I mean, to the point that you were making beforehand, is it a little conspicuous that you're just picking up the wagon, moving it over? Yeah, but it's not the end of the goddamn world. All right, so you go over to the wagon, you pick it up, you slide it over the good 5 feet or whatever it is. What's your strength? Is it like a 14?
Yes.
Okay, yep, no checks or anything like that needed. You just instantly do so. You take a glance into the window and move up to it. Thank you. Just stay right there.
Oh, I got to click off. Okay, so we got a bunk room with a little cooking thing by the looks of it. So this is someone's room where they stay. A bed, got a chest, got a little either footstool or table. But yeah, so this is someone's bunk room by the looks of it. Small. It's like 10 feet in front of me. And it's 10 feet by 15 feet. So it's tiny. So not much we can do with that. Let's back up from that.
Okay. I can absolutely. I assume you back off of it, so
yeah.
go ahead and close it off.
Chance to thank you. Take off the thing before I see too much from the weird angles.
No, that's fine. I can imagine you say weird angles. Your character, in theory, could have leaned left and right. You absolutely can.
I guess that's
go
a good
ahead.
point.
Yeah, go ahead. You go up there and strafe back and forth for a second.
Okay, so this whole way to the left. Table to the right. That makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
That's
absolutely.
all I can see there. Close it now, and I'll move around. Cool.
It is cool that you can do one-way direction dynamic lighting on Roll20. Finally.
Yeah.
It took ages to get there.
I always love dynamic lighting because it means you can do little stuff like this.
So there's a gentleman you're walking by there, Tristan, and that gentleman is just kind of like watches you as you go. You can go ahead. I don't know if you say anything.
Tristan just like he's in guard mode, right? He'd just go along and like give him a look, nod, and carry on. Like they're not up to anything. Dodge, sitting on a crate, right?
Sitting on a crate, just drinking a pint. You can go ahead and roll a sense motive.
Can I do one when I go past?
Yes, but I'm gonna have the DC lower for him because he's the first initial
that
bump
makes
into.
Sense, yeah.
Perfect.
I don't think it's that low. What can I see past here? Okay, so that's just a little. That's just an alleyway of some kind.
I just noticed my wife texted me, so. All right, so
fine.
cool.
That was his
So-
one.
Yep. And then go ahead and roll yours. And then I'm gonna have Tristan stop in just a couple seconds.
Ooh.
You can move a little bit more, Tris, a hair more if you'd like. All right, cool. So one of the things you notice is that they are definitely watching you guards. And I'll have you stop right there, Tris. So one of the things you're going to notice is that they're definitely watching you guards, but it's not abnormal for somebody who's kind of sitting around in a warehouse area that's overall not too busy to be keeping an eye. But you definitely get the impression of like I don't know, they're watching you a little carefully. You don't think necessarily that they're like on guard post, but you do get kind of like almost like they're suspicious of you kind of vibe as you're making your way around.
So, I have a +10 to bluff on when people are trying to figure out my intentions.
Cool.
So I would like to use that now to make it like look like just an aimless guard.
Yep, I think it's constant, isn't it?
Yes. Just straight up, I have a +10 when they're trying to figure out my intentions.
Cool, awesome. So you go ahead and roll your bluff. It has that +10.
Cool. Make sure the modifier is done. Yeah. Oh, glad I have the +10.
Yeah, that definitely is helpful. So that includes the +10, correct?
Yes, that includes the +10.
Beautiful. So, yeah, they are reading nothing off of you. I mean, like you said, you have your intentions are very, very, very well hidden. They just seem to, they're watching more of Neil's character, which is Tristan. But either way, this is giving you that kind of like, this is a little sus kind of look to you. Nothing overly crazy or what have you. They just, look a little suspicious of you. That's all. That being said, like I said, they are suspicious of you guys, but they say or do nothing.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
I don't know where you told Neil to stop. I'd be heading around with him.
Cool.
There he is. Okay.
So Neil's character is obviously ahead of yours by a few steps.
Yeah,
So
I would
there.
realistically be about here. Yeah, when he got to that corner, I would have been about this far behind.
Cool. So I'll have as you just did stop there. Neil, can you go ahead and make me a perception check? Unfortunately, not very good. So I imagine your character will continue to move past a little bit, but we'll have Gallon take his chance with his perception check. Okay. In just a couple more steps.
Yeah, or further.
Right there's perfect.
Cool. So I make a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
So with your 15, are you satisfied with that? You're gonna try to luck it at all? I know Neil didn't want to luck his friggin' 7, but I didn't know if you wanted to luck that
What
one.
do you think? Luck the 15, see if I can't get like 19.
No, I think we should save luck for the inevitable combat to come.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay, so you stay with the 15. You get nothing. Nothing really jumps out for you. I would say the only thing that stands out for you as you walk up here is there is a ladder that happens to exist right here, right? You can see that the ladder is there. The only thing, it gets up to that, like scaffolding or whatever that's up to the side on your left-hand side. It just looks like that ladder has been moved a whole bunch. Like there's a whole bunch of different spots, ladder. If you put a lot of weight into it, it leaves like almost like two little impressions.
Yeah.
Well, there's not dirt there; it's cobblestone, right? But you can see like a good amount of like splintering or whatever at the base of the ladder that suggests it's moved a bunch. But honestly, that could easily just be because people are bringing a bunch of shit up and down while they're working on that building right there. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? So that's the only thing that kind of stands out to you, but that's it.
Okay.
Nothing
So
crazy.
This building's being worked
actually,
on, is it?
Oh, and then on the ground, right by where you're, that building's being worked on. And the ground right by your feet, there's a single broken, what's what we're looking for here? Shingle from the roof, from the roof of the warehouse. Yeah, but again,
Okay.
that could have happened because of a windstorm or a rainstorm or what have you. That could have happened for a number of reasons.
And the ladder is tall enough to get to the roof of the warehouse?
It is, yeah. It's definitely tall enough to get to the. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's tall enough because again, the warehouse itself is 30 feet. This right here is only maybe about I think it's like 10 feet up or so, or 12.
Okay,
I
so
think it's like
where
12
would
feet
it
up.
sort of get to on the wall of the warehouse if someone were to place it against the warehouse? Is there like any window or anything?
If
that
you were
lines
to
up with
stand at more at like the second to like the third to last top rung, like the highest that's safe or whatever of the
Yeah.
ladder, and you were to stand your full height, you'd be about halfway up the warehouse wall, because that's
And
15
are there
feet
any
is only
like
halfway.
windows or anything that line up with that sort of height?
As a matter of fact, there are no windows anywhere on any wall of the warehouse now that you've walked around it, aside from that one window that you looked through. Not a single
Interesting.
window all around.
That
it is
is
completely.
probably very much by design.
Yeah. I wonder why, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, interesting. I'll keep that in the back of my mind. Sad,
But,
I
forgot I should
rolled.
probably say what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, you are a member of this team, Jake. I know you don't like us. I know you don't want to be here with us.
Alright?
I know you don't love us,
alright?
Jake.
Hey, listen, alright?
Listen.
I have my kids tonight. Alright?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'm trying to put them to bed. Okay? And they just keep getting up. alright?
Jake, I'm just busting your balls. I don't give a fuck.
No, I know.
Yeah, you're good, man. I'm just busting
But,
your balls.
Yeah, I know you're talking. But yeah, no, what I wanted to do was I'm gonna take out what looks like a water skin. It's a preserving flask, and I'm gonna drink a extract that I had in there, which was this one. And whilst we're walking around, I would like to be checking.
Ooh.
Sure. This allows you to detect secret doors as you walk by them. Right? Yeah. Okay, cool. I completely understand.
I need to move.
Do you have to make a perception check, or do you automatically get it as long as you stare for at least a couple rounds?
I don't even think it's a couple rounds. Direction, but not its exact location. Each additional round, one particular secret portal. So you get one per round.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
you can change the area per round. Yeah, so. But it looks like he knows that there is one, basically.
Gotcha. So, you walking around and looking specifically for secret doors. Unfortunately, you do not find any secret doors coming off of this place walking around, and you get 100% full access to this, right? Like you have to the whole building. I assume you walk around the entire building, but you get no secret doors in doing so. Okay. That being said, though, Jake, you would walk past the same area that they did. So I would going to have you go ahead and make that same perception check, walking around that other area that they rolled. All right.
Over here is where we made it.
Okay. And same idea. You have an 18. I don't know if there's any additional details you would want to.
That one might be worth locking, just because if we can find another way in.
I don't know. It's like it's useful, but Neil's right when he says they're going to be luck is going to be crucial if we get into a fight. Like,
Stop moving the map.
It's unfortunately it's just the way that Roll20 works. It's fucking moves on you. I'm trying to
There needs
He's
to be like a
"We've got a
map
live
lock.
one over here, mate," and he just dives in the water after it.
There needs to be like a lock the battle map feature.
I wish there was a lock feature. Oh my god, that would see that, and that's why you should be a programmer, right? Well, not necessarily a programmer, but at least the somebody that works in the dev team. All right, cool. All right, there we go. I am done with my whole thing. I didn't know if you guys are going to try to get to the roof, so I just quickly put a roof on there. Otherwise, it would just fuck with the.
Oh yeah,
The-
I know
like,
what you
yeah.
mean. Yeah.
I was like, quickly do a roof. All right, so anyways, Jake,
Yeah,
with your
you
18.
You saw my plan.
Yep, Jake, with your 18, the only other thing I would point out is that you notice that up on this ledge over here, am I in a way that you can see it? Nope. Up on this ledge over here, you notice that there are two mugs that are sitting up on this ledge, which suggests that somebody often sits up here and has some drinks, or maybe a couple people sit up here and drink. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's just kind of like, huh, that's strange. But if you saw a scaffold in your town and you wanted to like just go get like a little slightly higher view to like watch down this alleyway or whatever, I mean, that makes sense. That's not anything fucking strange. But if you were like looking over or whatever, investigating that area, you also
Ooh.
notice.
Would the scaffold be, say, the right height that if the ladder was then pulled up onto the scaffold and then leaned against the warehouse, would that then be on the roof?
No, it wouldn't quite make it to the roof, unfortunately. And mind you, you'd have to measure, right? You're just doing this by eye. So just a quick doing it by eye. You don't think so? I mean, it would not, at least not this roof, right? It wouldn't from this ledge be able to get to this roof. That's still because from here to this roof is still another gap, and this roof itself is fairly tall, but still a little bit shorter than the other one. You know what I mean? So the scaffold gets you about. Yeah, so you'd have to, it would not quite do that for you.
Should I head up the ladder, guys? Take a peek, or is that going to be too inconspicuous?
I think that's pretty obvious, but Viggo would say to you, I have a way to get onto the roof.
I mean,
it's worth it.
I definitely do as well. I would also say that like I would have asked you with Virgil, so you can reply in your mind with Virgil. So this conversation's happening with Virgil. I also can get up onto the roof fairly easily. It's just a matter of whether we want to have a peek now, but that makes sense. I was a bit hesitant to head up.
Yeah, I don't doubt your skills, Galen. It's the only difference is I can not be seen.
Okay. Well,
that's the only advantage.
I think the roof is definitely a yeah. Then if you can do it without being seen, I think that's worth have a look, see if there's a way. There's a way on in the warehouse from the roof. That might be our best method to get in.
Think we should
Either that or we're gonna have to find. Pardon?
You think we should do this now?
How inconspicuous is it gonna be? So, like, what's your plan? Because we're talking in our mind, so we can actually hash this out.
Have a full blown conversation. Yeah. Is Tristan staying nearby, or is Tristan still making his way around?
He would be loitering here. Like
Okay,
Karok's
that's
got his
perfectly
head
fine.
down, rooting through some weeds or something.
Okay, not a problem. I just wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Yeah. So what's your plan? What do you want to do? Because I may be able
turn
to
invisible, and I could spider climb up it.
Okay. I guess I could try and because there's two guys down here. I could maybe try and make a racket at the moment you do it. Or you could go down like this alleyway over here and go invisible, and then go do your stuff, and then come back, go back down that alley, drop the invisibility, and come out down here to make it look like you were just searching over there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I could just maybe like trip or something down here just to get their attention right when you do your stuff, in case. I guess I don't even need to do that actually. If you go down here and do it, then that'll probably be enough as long as we walk past and do it slow enough that when you rejoin us, it's no big deal.
All right, we can do that as long as I can keep Virgil in contact with. You can keep Virgil in contact with me, all right?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll like come over here and just do like the friend pat on the back. Virgil crawls over into a pocket.
All right. Well, yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So you are going to effectively turn invisible and make your way up the wall. Now, how do you go up the wall?
Spider climb.
Okay, sure. So you're more or less using two potions, one to spider climb, one to be invisible, correct?
But I'm using obviously this, so I can use the potion without using it. You know.
Gotcha. Nope, not a problem. That way you can save it in case you need it for the future, and you are good to go. So let me go ahead and grab your mini. So you are walking up the actual wall of this building, right? You're walking around over here, and then you're going to drink your little potion, and then you're going to come back and literally walk up the actual wall itself.
Yeah. Oh, and also while I'm obviously on my way walking over there, I will be using a potion of pass without trace, so I cannot be mailed.
Cool. Just for fun, go ahead and roll me your souped up stealth check, just in case somebody can hear you.
They can definitely hear me.
I was going to say this before, but now's a good time to point this out while he rolls. I was going to come down this way, Scott, and deliberately be like, obviously, like what a guard being like, what the fuck? Why is there this between the roofs over here, sort of thing? Like, just look a bit interested in that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, actually, why don't you go ahead and roll me? That's for us. I was going to Neil make a perception check, but you just noticed it on your own as a PC, so that works. That applies. Go ahead and roll me a knowledge local, sir. And while you're doing that, Jake, you rolled a natty 1, but we know it's not an automatic failure.
I think
for a skill
Virgil
check.
has to roll it. I don't think I don't have knowledge local pinged. Oh, Virgil has +5. Okay, that's good.
Jake, did you want to luck that at all? Or are you good?
Well, I did notice that Steve said he did drop a few luck for us. I may have to beg Neil if he'll allow me to use one.
I mean,
I think this is a good use of luck. This right here is a good use of luck.
like that. Like, I don't mind that much. It's just because this entire preamble, we all know how it's going to end, and it's going to end with multiple heads on my stick.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be lots of fort saves or whatever it is.
Yeah, I do think this role specifically is important because getting caught will make things go considerably worse, considerably faster. So I think this role in particular is very important.
Yeah, I mean, we can see how many luck we have, I guess, as well.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. You have lots of luck. You're good to go. You have a 28 stealth, which more or less we'll use Norway's idea here. You made sure that you clapped the mud off of your boots prior to walking up the wall. And then you go and you make your way up there.
Pass without trace, the mud on his boots wouldn't even leave a trace.
So I do apologize that the dynamic lighting up here is a little bit weird. That's literally just because it's set up for the downstairs and that you can't do dynamic lighting up and down layers. That's unfortunately not how it works. So instead it's kind of partitioned by rooms. So you are in more or less just on a roof, right? So as you come up here, you can see that there's a roof or what have you that's up here. Before we get into any other details for you, sir, a couple important things to point out. First and foremost, down over here, that's actually a courtyard that exists down here. So that wall that you had noticed beforehand when you were on this side, it leads into a courtyard that small wall jumps over, in which case there's a double door. You can notice over from this angle, you can notice another double door going into the actual warehouse, whereas this door right here seems to go into the area that, Gallum was looking at before. All right, secondly, you have up here, there are 8 windows on the roof up here. You guys can follow along on stream if you're watching the stream.
Kill zone.
There are 8 windows that are up on the roof over here. Of those 8 windows, I believe, so one of them is broken, and I believe this one is broken. This one might be too. If you give me a minute, I can confirm that for you. There's a broken window up there. I'll confirm that for you.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
That's where the shingles, so someone may have gone in there previously.
Yeah. I'm going to say, oh, yep. So there's a broken window, a single broken pane over here, and several broken panes over here. The way that these windows work, to describe them for you, Jake, is the roof, which has like I said before, had a bit of a slant to it. There's a buildup off of the roof of just about like 4 or 5 inches, nothing too extreme. And then these kind of like come to their own little peaks off of the roof, and they have their own little 3 sections. and so they're about like almost like 4-foot wide sections, and those are on hinges. So if they're unlocked, they can be swung up to to open up. Yeah, and then they have like a little latch or whatever to lock them in place if need be. All right, cool. So that's what you're able to get. I imagine you go over and you want to look into some of these roofs, into some of these things. All right, cool. Give me half a tick here because I have to.
Being on roof level, if I'm just looking out, is there anything also on this level, like any people, like on any? I don't think there'd be any houses or anything that's this tall. But I don't know if there's any other warehouses around. Nobody's looking around here. I can see roughly this height.
No, there's nobody around roughly this height that you can see or what have you.
Yeah.
I am opening up the roof for you so you can see inside.
As a note, I won't.
Also, to remind you,
sorry.
I still have detect secret doors. So
Yep.
I can,
Ooh.
if there is any thing that I can
Within 30 feet of where you can see, correct?
60.
Oh, my apologies. Within 60 feet of where you can see, absolutely. I will let you know if it comes to a point where you can see a secret door within 60 feet of where you are. Okay.
As a note, I won't re-roll my previous perception, but I forgot that I now have favored terrain, urban. So I get a bonus to initiative, knowledge, perception, stealth, and survival. Knowledge, geography, not anything else. So I don't get knowledge local. I don't think, unfortunately. But yeah, so I would have +2 to perception, stealth, and survival, and initiative in the future. I won't re-roll my other check though.
Okay, so you, sir, do not see. That's what you see down there. Is down below is a warehouse. Some of the there's a bit of a mess inside there. Like a bunch of the crates have kind of been gone through. A bit of a mess down there. Like some of the crates are just kind of like busted up or whatever. But beyond that, like nothing really jumps out at you. You don't see any people down there. You don't see any movement down there. At least not as of yet. So obviously you're able to see this. Are you able to maintain psychic communication from this distance with your allies?
I get a connection to Virgil up to a mile, I think it is. Let me double check, but it's definitely long enough for this.
Oh, and Tesh, for your knowledge local check that you had rolled before, it's not uncommon in big cities like this for things like rogues or even just kids to put planks between roofs to be able to, get between A and B and whatnot. That's not uncommon.
That's fine. Then I'll actually use this as like a guard looking at that being like, oh,
Yeah, your reaction was kind of on point.
What are
so.
they? What are they like? A guard just looking at like, oh, okay, what have they done? Is this something I need to deal with?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Is the
okay.
Can I fit through the window?
Can you fit through the window? Absolutely, you could. Yeah, absolutely.
Like the broken one that's like has a pane missing or whatever.
Yeah, and you can also open more if you need to. But absolutely,
I don't know.
absolutely, you can fit through the window if you wanted to. However, remember the roof is about 30 feet up. So the wall is about 30 feet up. The roof is going to be even higher because of the amount of incline of the roof or whatever that's there. So you're going to have to be able to kind of drop down from there. I don't know if you have like a rope or something like that would help you. I'm not sure, but you'd have to be able to drop down. Oh yeah, you have spider climb. So yeah, you could walk. You can literally walk across the roof itself if you wanted to try to see if like that does it for you. Yeah, that's totally an option. You want 100% do that. Why is this being weird?
So Virgil will communicate back with you that I'm gonna take a look inside.
Okay.
So same idea. You can go ahead because I'm sure you're being somewhat paranoid or what have you. You can go ahead and make me a stealth check just to make sure that you're good to go. Just to make sure everything's clear. But you should be fine. Like you don't see anybody there. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
So, just as a note, for Scott's sake, Virgil would basically be constantly making the connection to talk to him, so they can communicate in their mind. Because Virgil has to initiate the thing, but he can reply. So Virgil's just gonna like re-up that connection every couple seconds, just to allow him to talk to him in his mind.
Cool. So you will absolutely do that just to make sure everything's good. You have a 25 stealth check, so again, rolled horribly, but still a great result. And you're able to literally walk across the roof or what have you to get over to the wall that's over here. And then finally, like, walk down the walls to be in the actual warehouse itself. Now you are properly inside the warehouse. One of the first things that you're going to notice over here, actually, perception check, please, Jake. In the meanwhile, while he's doing this, what are you two doing? You're doing that outside. What is Tristan doing?
So because you always forget this, Scott, fog.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. I do always forget it. And so,
okay, yeah, making sure that you're factoring that into
totally probably would have, no, you wouldn't have missed any details before.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ironically, this would actually help him inside because like fog, like the light would sort of glow almost, even if it's not direct. It would be like sort of ominous glowing light everywhere in here.
Yeah, but no. I meant like you didn't see anything that you otherwise would have missed.
Yeah. I just realized that you hadn't mentioned it yet, so I was making sure that you remembered it.
Very much appreciated. You notice that over by where you're standing right now, just south of where you're standing right now, there is actually blood stains on the ground. But also with that insanely high perception check, you also notice something kind of glinting. Going forward and looking a little bit more closely, you can see there's almost like a rainbow colored dust that's down there. I don't think you're good at this, but you can go ahead and roll me a knowledge arcana.
He would be the best out of us.
Oh, first of all, it's wrong.
God
you are
damn.
very good at it. And then second of all, Jesus fuck. All right, so here you go. I'll get some like blood stains over here for you. There, and here.
Here's a little note, Scott. Because I have like the telepathic link, and it's a telepathic link, so we sort of share senses. Trailblazer gets a bonus to detecting traps. Can I be making sure like that Virgil's constantly on the lookout for traps, sort of things, just in case?
I don't know if he specifically can see traps beyond DC 20 or whatever the rule is. You have to look up disable device, or perception. Actually, I think it is for the rule for finding traps, because there's like rules to what you can and can't find. I believe above a DC 20 you cannot find. Jake, somebody cast color spray inside here.
Oh.
Do you know what color spray is?
It's where you spray color.
Invisible people?
No. You're thinking of glitter dust. Yeah, glitter dust is like all one kind of like almost like a I always describe it as being almost like a brass, bronze, or golden kind of just single glittery dust. Color spray is a first level spell that depending on who it's cast on, how powerful that person is, it either blinds them or knocks them unconscious or stuns them. So you see a color spray was cast, and actually with that good of a perception check and that good of a roll, color spray, which is a 15-foot cone, means that the person was standing probably right here, and likely would have cast it so it went like this. And cast everybody inside here. Now, funny enough, if you look at the fact that that is inside there, that the color spray happened in that area and hit that entire cone of like just kind of dust everywhere, you see that the most blood pooled is in this spot here and this spot here, which going over and looking at that, you can see that definitely color spray was cast on people over here, and there's definitely pools of blood in those spots.
There's nothing in perception regarding traps other than there are feats to auto detect traps, and the DC depends on the trap.
Google Pathfinder trap finding. Not the spell, but like the actual skill. Go ahead, sir.
Is it fresh blood or is it dry?
That's a really good question. It's dry. You can try to see if you can find out how long it is, how long ago it was. But the problem is it's coagulated. It's brown. It's dry. To find out how long ago it was, that's like some epic levels of some epic level shit. Though you are an alchemist, if you wanted to like say collect samples, then grab do like a check later on with your alchemy kit, you might be able to cause some reactions to suggest quite how long ago. What's up, Tesh?
Trap finding appears to be a Slayer ability, but I can't find
or rogue
anything
ability.
else.
Yeah, and it should give them the
probably.
ability to
Rogue,
detect
yeah.
traps above DC XYZ, which means that you can't do it unless you have that.
No, the trap finding says benefit Slayer against disabled devices classical. They also there we go. Trap findings ability. There we go. Let me have a look at this.
So Jake, what else you doing?
Right. So does it look like these people like is there look like a body's dropped and it's been dragged off or anything?
So there are no
anything?
bodies. There are no bodies in here, but likely not dragged off. Maybe lifted up and walked away.
Okay.
As opposed to, because there's no like drag marks of bodies being dragged away.
Okay. Oh well. I got time to take a quick sample.
Okay.
Trap
sure.
finding is adding half the level to perception checks made to locate, disable traps. That's actually what Trailblazer has. Almost actually exactly to a. Except I can't disable mystic traps, and then trap sense is just a bonus by the looks of it to reflex made saves to avoid traps. I can't find what you're talking about as far as
I will double check it in 2 seconds.
All right.
Or
Well, I'm
yeah.
gonna keep walking around.
Cool, thank you, sir. And as you keep walking around, I gave you Carrick there, Neil, so you didn't feel lonely.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So as you keep walking around the place, try to like take in some sights. You feel free to move your PC amongst the rubble that's there. You can look around to see if you can take in some sights or whatnot. Once again, there a bunch of the crates are broken into, and look through inside here. Some of them broken. It looks like the battle predominantly happened around this area, Jake, around like the window that you just kind of came down. You can even see like at one point, one of the windows, I think it's this one right here, actually has a like a bolt from like a crossbow kind of like stuck into it, into the roof. Like somebody had shot up there and missed. So something had definitely happened here. You don't know how long ago it was, but recent enough, right? Anyways, as you're making your way around, you eventually can kind of like come down to this area over here where there's a bunch of supplies down these stairs. And once again, these crates and whatnot are very much dug into. I don't know how long you want to spend searching in this spot in particular before you move on.
So, Scott, it turns out I literally have trap finding as a skill.
Oh, okay, cool. Then the answer is for you, yes. For your crystal, it might not be able to do that. Yeah, it's a different
That's
entity.
Well, that's
I
good
think
to-
what I'm
I
gonna be
was-
focusing on is I'm on the ground level. I'm going to be focusing on trying to find any secret compartments, secret doors, anything, because if the sarcophagus is here, it's obviously going to be hidden. The fact that it's changed ownership, and it, if it is here, it wasn't found, would obviously mean it's hidden. But that's what I'm going to be doing with my time.
Okay, so you walk into this room, which actually is downstairs. So once again, this is actually like, because you were working at ground level, you're now technically. It's one of those like, downstairs, like where your ground level is now like up to your neck, maybe the top of your head. You're not like way underground or anything like that, right? You only went down so many steps, or maybe your chest level, whatever it is. So anyways, so you go down and you're walking around. How much time are you spending looking? If you're not looking, obviously you're detecting secret doors, but are you like moving shit around or what have you? Just kind of like giving a quick glance and then moving on.
I don't have time to move stuff around. If something looks oddly out of place, like it could have been moved.
Sure.
or something
I'll have you
was
roll a
moved or
perception
something,
check. The
okay.
DC is just set different because you're not spending time. That's fine.
Yep. Literally spending enough time, more or less, so my thing would pick up things. You know what I mean? So it's just not extremely thorough.
6 seconds on each area, essentially.
Okay.
7.
And with your perception check, I'm not going to give you anything from that. That's fine. You guys make your way. There's another stairwell that goes up over here, but you can literally see that it goes up to like a ledge that's up here. So probably not anything of interest, but why don't we go ahead and move you up there just in case. So this does allow you to see. Oh shit! Teleport you through the wall. This does allow you to see kind of like what's up on this ledge or what have you. And again, it's just like cranes and whatnot made to like use or move through the warehouse. Nothing to move crates or whatever through the warehouse. Nothing extreme. Nothing really noteworthy. As you're continuing to make your way through this area, trying to go through all the different rooms and whatnot. We'll stop here for a second. Neil, are you doing anything of note while you're down there? Are you actively, because I see you're like this, are you looking through that window with Carrick?
No, Carrick is nosing around at the floor. Tristan's picking his nose. Generally looking like a guard dossing off. But he is keeping an ear out listening. Because he's been around the whole perimeter, and this is a spot that is not in vision of the guards.
Okay, cool. Of the various other individuals that are around on the map. I completely understand what you're saying. Yep. Okay, cool. So you're doing exactly that, and thank you, sir. And you can go ahead and roll a bluff check. But because it's believable, you get a +5 to this bluff check. All right, moving on. Back to you, Jake. You go walking into this room. Oh, sorry. You go walking into this room, and as soon as you walk into this room, you look to your right. You look at the various crates or whatever that are there, and like, okay, cool. There's some crates. Then you look to your left, and your spidey senses go off.
Ooh.
I really love that. You know that symbol in games for your spidey sense? It's like fear in Darkest Dungeon or whatever, but it's that symbol.
The wiggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to spend extra time and try and work out more details.
That's where I look down the camera and I say, no metagaming. And you know who I'm talking to. All right. So,
I was going to say that one of my, I actually quite like the way they did the Spidey Sense Infinity War, where like all of his hairs like stood up on end and he was like, looked around. I thought that was a really cool way of like demonstrating that like he got the Spidey sense without it being the classic way.
So you detect a secret door, you detect the presence of one secret door, and then you detect where the secret door is, which is right behind that barrel that's underneath your name right there. Let's move over half and take his name away. That's underneath the barrel right there. And then you detected the what's it called? The mechanism for how it is to manipulate that door. If there's any like secret Batman move, what have yous or whatever to work. So anyways, you were able to look there and you see that there is no proper mechanism. It literally, it's the wood that made up the wall is very, very perfectly in line. This is a DC 25 perception check secret door to find. And that's if you're actively looking for it, not just like walking by, right? Like usually people walking by take a -5, making it effectively a DC 30. This is a very difficult door to find. Yeah. Because of how perfectly set like the wood blocks are to one another. But once you move these crates and barrels or what have you that's in the way right here, you're able to come on, computer. There we go. Once you're able to move the crates and barrels or what have you that's in the way right there, you're able to go ahead and just kind of like push into one of the pieces of wood to make it lift up like a loose floorboard. And you grab that like a handle and swing it open. And there is a stairway behind it heading down.
That's death.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave now.
I think you found the thing. I think you get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, I mean,
And any further
100%.
investigation you want to do? Do you just like leave the door as it is? Like, what do you do?
Oh, I'm going to make sure it looks like the door has been undisturbed.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You just gotta kind of push it back or what have you. Gotcha. And then you are going to anything else? Or you just gonna leave this place immediately?
Donkey Kong them. Whatever's down there, push the barrel.
Dug, dug, dug.
And that's it.
I was like,
They're
why did he say
dead.
Donkey Condom? And then he said Donkey Kong them.
Where
I was like, what kind of donkey shows do you use? You use protection at your donkey shows, Neil? Like, what is going?
Jesus.
I'm saying these horrible words in front of such precious young ears.
What the fuck? Oh, the doggy.
Oh, she's cute.
I've seen the pictures on Twitter. Oh. What's their name?
Her name is Marshmallow, a toasted marshmallow, but Marshmallow or Marsha or Marshy or Toasty or
That is adorable.
whatever you want to
toast.
call her. Toast. You're toast. Go poop on the floor, you're toast. Hi, cutie.
So excitable.
All right, ready? Go. You hide a jump.
I saw that hesitation of like, no. When it's like just the right distance that the puppy or kitten's like, I can do this, no, I can't. I can do this, no, I can't. Your chair's in the way, Scott. Like his chair is perfectly in the way.
That's why it's called a secret lab. It keeps your secrets.
Oh. It's adorable, Papa.
That is cute.
All right. Do you want to go looking around any further, or are you just gonna get out of here because you're like, nah, I disturbed something. I'm good.
Yeah, no, I think I found what we were looking for. You're saying I disturbed something. That's you saying that. I'm saying I didn't.
You
disturb
opened the
anything.
door.
Well, if we're in fairness, you opened the door.
He's got you there.
You actually
he's got you
did.
there.
He was looking at it, and you're like, you do this and open the door.
Yeah, and I went with there'll be nothing that goes wrong if the DM takes over. You can't put that one on me.
That is
So
well played. Objection sustained.
now I will make my exit. And Galen, Virgil says, relays a message to you saying, I think we found a very promising lead.
Well done.
What Virgil actually says, the cowardly one is running away again.
Viggo absent-mindedly nods at that.
Can you hear Brittany or no?
No.
I threw the little duck over there so that she would go to Brit so Brit can grab her, and Brittany goes, "It's a trap!" and I grabbed her. She brought me coffee because she loves me.
I wish
I'm mad. I forgot
coffee,
to.
Scott.
What's that, sir?
I forgot to make coffee.
I said I wish you brought me coffee.
This one is flavored like a coconut macaroon. No sugar, no calories, no carbs or anything. Just delicious
Wait, so-
coconut macaroon flavor due
No
to the way that they roast the
calories.
beans.
What's in
Mhm.
it?
Beans
Just
and juice,
chemical-
baby.
Just chemicals?
Beans and juice. Mhm.
I normally like make my cold brew thing that takes like 5 hours or so to like brew. And I meant to do it earlier today. I thought, my back hurts a little bit. I'll lay down for a second. And that was when I woke up 10 minutes before, no, not even 10 minutes before we went on. I think like 5 minutes before I joined the call.
Yes, in chat.
I'm recovering from being sick, and apparently my body was like, no, you sleep now.
Well, what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Wait, do I
I
have?
haven't even had dinner yet, actually.
Oh, I had a meeting at 11 o'clock today. It looks like that. Did that get moved? Oh, that got moved to tomorrow.
Score?
Yeah, I mean, that just means I don't need a hard out. That's all. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I still have I'm so excited. I have an all hands on deck meeting at 1 o'clock today. And you have to understand this is very exciting because this is when I actually get to meet everyone.
You all gonna like sing the Wellerman or whatever, all all hands on deck.
Okay. We got a new director of sales, and I'm excited because, like, again, this company's very small. There's 30 something of us. So we got a new director of sales. So they just like hired somebody that's more or less 2 positions above me, and it's like, yes, I like having structure. Like, I come from a very corporate background. I'm like, yay, structure.
I will actually say I agree with you because currently my boss is the manager for the entire SA section of our company.
ASA.
And the result, SA is in like South Australia,
South America.
and the result is like I rarely ever get an email reply to anything, and the amount of times I have to remind him to put my payslip through. It's like you are literally the only person that like can do this, please.
Yeah, I mean, I get being busy and not replying to emails. That's like whatever, like fine, okay, but like not put your payslips in. I'm sorry, that's actually
it just means that he's lost the chance of me not reminding him every Monday to put it through now. That's what that is.
So that is actionable here in the United States. Very, very action. Like that is
casual people do not have that much protection here.
it does all employees. That is very actionable here. And by actionable, I mean like the amount of undue stress that has been put on you as an individual who has responsibilities to your landlord, for your own health, for groceries and whatnot, all that additional stuff that is actionable to the tone of a lot of money. And if it's more than just one person, you could potentially do like a group or class action lawsuit. That could be very, very actionable.
Yeah,
So
our government has been doing its. Luckily, we've got a better one now. But our government has been doing its best to make casual workers the main section of the workforce with as little rights as possible.
well, you have to have your boot has to fall on something. What's it going to do? Touch the ground? Ugh. No, you need to step on
pretty
someone.
Much attitude, yeah. Luckily, we've got our Labor government in now, so hopefully they'll make some changes.
nice one.
All right. So let's get back into the game.
Hey,
Let's get back in. Let's stop talking about Australian shit, okay?
I'll have one note, Neil, that gives me hope. Is one of the first things he did in office was like the first line
Made
of his
love
speech.
to you.
No, it was acknowledging First Nations peoples and the Uluru. There's a whole thing going on about I've got it's the Uluru something. I can't remember the name, but it's talking about reparations and apologizing for obviously the horrible things that have been done to the First Nations people, and that was how he opened his prime ministership, sir. Pardon me, it gives me a bit of hope. Just a bit. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I'm gonna mute for a second. The Uluru Statement. He's muted for us too. I think he may be talking to.
Oh, Jesus Christ! That's why I'm yelling at Jake and he's not responding.
maybe not. Okay.
You know, I did wonder
Jake!
why it was
Jake!
silent.
Yeah.
Jake. Obviously, you went.
Did you think I was this whole time?
And yeah, I did. I thought you were. You look like you were playing with your
wow.
cell phone.
I
I
were
thought
talking
maybe
to
you were
Bert
dealing
or
with something
something.
important. So that's funny. Okay. So I didn't realize I was muted. All right. So Jake, back to you. You go and you while you were back in this room here, right? While you were back inside this room, walking around, one of the things that you noticed was that there was a strange looking vial on the ground over here. And it was funny because you look at the thing, you're like, huh, that's a funny looking vial. And because you're an alchemist, you just out of curiosity, you pick it up and you look it over. And you can see that this vial, it's not made out of glass, it's made out of some sort of crystal. More than that, just like the way that the facets and whatnot are cut into the crystal, it really gives you this impression like, ooh, this seems to be rather unique. You're almost positive if you look at it through a certain light, like the way that the light like reflects through it, giving it like almost like the bluish, greenish, or reddish hues like crystal does when you different light passing through. You're almost positive you see arcane runes carved into it. It gives you the impression. Wait, no, actually, you can read it. It's a note which just says, "Happy belated birthday." Hey, happy belated birthday. Oh my God. Jake, later on, you find out it's that mixture vial. Look at that. Okay, cool. All right. Hey. Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was wow. Weird. All right. Anyways, if I'm
wow.
correct me if I'm wrong, you pieced out as soon as you found that secret door, correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
All right. You yeeted out of there. And just go to rejoin the others, I imagine.
Mad mixture. Oh man, that's good. Very good.
Okay. So what do you do, sir?
I rejoin them. Leave.
Okay. Yep. You see Gallon. He's over there. Gallon is probably like,
Scott. Ah, look at itchy.
causing a distraction.
Yeah, so we'll rejoin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make your way downtown, walking fast, faces past, Gallon bound. Where is Tristan? I don't know. He disappeared. But he went with Carrick and a donkey condom. Oh, God, what is happening?
You, sir, should not be on Twitch or TV.
No. Bad
Ugh.
Scott.
All right.
I mean,
So,
unlike Scott, we use protection.
that's the takeaway. That's the
I mean, I'm not saying like we could go back and clip it, but I'm fairly certain Scott said, I never use condoms with my donkeys. Or something to that effect.
I
When
definitely never said that.
No, you did. You really did.
All right, let's get back to the session before we devolve even further.
No way. The whole point of this was to find out if there was any reason to come back proper. This was our scoping the place out before we go
So
in.
what do you do here? Do you
We don't-
like so
We don't want Viggo to be like, oh yeah, I'll go down these stairs.
Yeah,
I'm a thrall now.
It was just reconnaissance. We're gonna have to go back to Risen and tell him we've got a lead.
okay, cool.
I
So-
was definitely not doing that on my own.
Wait, why do we need Risen? Surely we're just risking getting followed going back.
Well, I mean, he's super powerful against undead. We're not.
Yeah, he'll
I don't
be
think
real
Carrick
fucking
can fit.
useful.
Look.
Can Carrick fit down those in that secret door spot?
He can if he tries hard enough. But my point is,
he could definitely get in that warehouse.
fairly certain we two-hit Resin. Just saying. Like
You two
You two hit resin, which is
Okay.
not saying much.
what an absolute little no miss.
You also
I'm sorry,
survived a vampire, not like a vampire
I wanna-
spawn, like a vampire lord.
I also want to note, you you one-shot me. You would one-shot both of us. So him being two-shot, that's a big deal.
Both equally unimpressive, I'm afraid. My point is, what are we? Dogs?
Fuck it, man. Charge in there.
Yeah.
Kick that door down.
Cool.
So while you guys are standing there, kind of like having this conversation,
Fly 5 feet at a time up to the window and just smash through it and just like appear down the bottom.
Nay.
I really fucking love the idea of like just a guard being on duty and just seeing the root window smash and just.
You see all the people on the outside, they look and Neil's are just like, morning. And just slowly floating up to the ceiling.
Yeah, there's just like a guard there, like, morning.
This is like, the fuck is in this fog? What am I smoking?
Oh, I was so excited, Tesh. I got to smoke pot the other day for the first time in ages. I didn't since 2 days before I put in my resume because I wanted to, in case I had to do like a P test for my new job. But Brittany and I actually got to have some the other day. It was so nice, and we actually did a pre-roll. I haven't smoked flower in fucking years.
What the fuck is flower?
Flower is like the actual, like, you smoke the herb as opposed to the oil, as opposed to like a vape.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So usually I do gummies or a vape.
So when you say flower, you mean it's the plant?
I have yet to be affected by like I've tried a couple things, and none of them have been strong enough to affect me.
Bro, you say that. What I would do is I would give you a 10 milligram gummy, and then wait 45 minutes. If it doesn't hit you, I'll give you 10 more. And if that doesn't affect you, hold on to your ass, boy. You're going for a ride. I'll give you 10 more. They sell cookies that are like this big, like tiny little cookies that are like, 75 milligrams. And I if I had 75 milligrams, I'd just be holding on to my seat like this.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that it's likely the fact that I've just not had the right amount, but I've unfortunately every time I've tried not had enough.
So just to finish off the story and then get back to the campaign. So I'd smoked flower for the first time in fucking years. And it was funny. So Brittany and I, we split a joint. It was a pre-roll. So like they pack it really nice or whatever. They just pre-roll it for you and put it into like a little medical tube. Anyway, so we shared it and I got like a little high, but like when I use my vape pen, I just take like 3 hits off of it, like something small, 2-3 hits, and I get much more high. And I just am convinced, why would I want to put all the carcinogens of smoking flower into my lungs to get mildly high when I could just take 1 hit off of a vape pen, which is way safer for you, and get just as high, and I don't have to sit there and cough up all this shit. I was like, sweet. I am now officially a vape person. So I'm pretty happy about that. It's an evolution of character.
So what you're telling me is you've got a beard, you love coffee.
Oh
yeah.
You like to vape. You wear glasses.
God. Oh God.
You see where this is going?
Let's just keep playing the game.
Yeah, I agree.
My mom loves me, okay?
More safe, but not actually like safe.
Yeah, but vapes aren't that bad though. So,
a lot of things coming out that they might be.
they're not anywhere near as bad as the other one.
No, they're nowhere near as bad. It's
leaps and bounds. Yeah. And there's no nicotine or anything. It's just
that's why you said
THC,
more safe, not safe.
Yeah. But it's just THC and CBD, which isn't as bad. The most safe is to consume it by eating it. But that's like a different type of high, and you don't always want that. So, but anyways, okay. So you go down there. You guys are gathering together as you're sitting there and having your little kind of awkwardly staring at each other. What, talking inside your heads? So everybody just sees you standing there staring at each other awkwardly in silence. You're having a whole long conversation.
So are we actually going to go for it now then?
Hold on. While this is happening, you guys go ahead and roll me sense motive checks. And I'll describe something.
I mean, I'll defer to what the commanding officer says. But Neil, not the vampire, not the thrall.
I'm waiting for one more sense motive.
not the
There's
PC.
no way.
The player think Resin's a bit full of himself, and doesn't regret his actions.
All right, cool. There's a difference between vape pens for smoking cigarettes and vape pens for smoking marijuana. It's a huge difference in the volume of smoke that you're smoking. When people smoke cigarette vape pens, they're like exhaling these huge plumes of smoke. When you do it for pot, it is nothing like that whatsoever. It is just two different experiences. So those would have to be two separate studies. But continuing, so you guys see two ladies walking towards the place. Truth be told, just looking at them, they're a bit rough around the edges. You know what I mean? One of them definitely looks like she could wrestle Tristan to the ground and probably keep him pinned there. He might like it. And the other one, maybe not quite as tough, but also has that look to her. Like she's definitely been through a few scraps. You know, one of those like you walk into the bar, you see her there, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna be her friend because if I'm not, she's gonna pick a fight with me. And so you buy her a drink. You know, like they definitely look a little rough around the edges. They come walking up and they're looking around, just kind of like absorbing the scene. And one of them gives the two of you, this is what the sense motive here is, and all of you pass it. One of them gives the three of you, sorry, kind of like an up and down, kind of judgy look with that almost like sneer to their face as they're doing so. Do you say or interact with them in any way, or do you let them go about their business? Oh, to finish off the conversation, both of them look human, but, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are. They could always be younger parent, but they definitely look, you know, human in their 20s.
I mean, we're role playing as guards right now. If one of them snares at us, Triss will stare them down.
Sure. Yeah, you stare him down, and so she like while looking up at you, she looks at you. She kind of like clears her throat for a second, then breaks eye contact only for a second as she looks down and spits like almost like hucks a loogie on the ground, and then walks straight up to you. Gives like a little head nod to the other one, walks straight up to you, and the other one's going to start walking around the premises. So the one of them that looks like she could probably not the one that looks like she could wrestle to the ground and keep you there. The other one comes walking up to you, and she goes, morning. Oh, it's not morning actually. It's afternoon. She goes, afternoon. Just kind of like looking at the three of you in general, but occasionally up at Neil because he's staring her down. No, nothing. Not even a hello, good day. How do you do for a fellow citizen? Fucking guards, you fucking useless pieces of shit. She spits on the ground again. I'm looking for a gnome. You seen one?
Move along.
No, I asked you a question. I pay my taxes.
I didn't ask you a question. I told you to move along.
You see a gnome around here or no?
He looks down at the floor and then looks back up to her. No.
Shakes her head. Useless. And she walks past you, makes her way around the building, but like the other way around the building. So what? The first one went to your left. The second one goes to the right. They will continue to walk away out of earshot.
Well then, we better make a decision on what we're doing because I think these two are gonna investigate something.
So Viggo just turns to you both and he says, a bit of blood in there, a fair bit actually. It seems like someone is either a few people are either dead or close to. Didn't scout out the whole warehouse because I found a very cleverly hidden door that leads down.
Promising.
And I mean, I only found it because of my own abilities. So it's promising. I mean, I didn't go down there, obviously.
Makes sense that there's blood in there. Place was raided. Place was taken back. Changed hands a couple times.
The interesting thing was, though, where the blood was, seemed to be a mage that was inside there, casted a spell.
Maybe there's a bit of infighting.
I
Maybe
think
there's a gnome.
Maybe.
Well, I see we got two options, I suppose, then. We can be proactive and face the unknown with just the three of us, or we can go and get some backup. Time may not be on our side, it might be.
We definitely want to do this while it's daylight.
Yeah, well, I don't think daylight's going to help us if we're going down into the depths of this building.
No, but nighttime will make things far worse.
You are correct. Thoughts?
Meta-wise, I'm good either way. I think both have merits. I think if we go now, we have more of a chance of catching them while they're recovering from whatever the fuck happened. But if we go get help, we'll also have help. So there's benefits to both. But we'll also likely be tailed.
If there is
You
a
try and
vampire
contact
down there.
Risen in case he's within 1 mile of you.
No, it doesn't work like that. So if I have
Okay.
Virgil on you, I can contact him up. I maintain contact with Virgil up to 1 mile,
Yeah, I
and
guess.
Virgil can have contact with people within 30 feet of him.
Yeah.
I can be like, is Virgil within 30 feet? I mean, is Risen within 30 feet?
Vampires sleep during
I
the
assume
day.
I get no reply from like Virgil going, Risen, trying to talk. Okay.
Vampires sleep during the day, right?
They usually do, but as you found out from Neil, or sorry, as you found out from Ethan, currently right now, their typical blah 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 is disrupted.
This is
mention,
this is why they're here. This mist.
Not to mention, we waste time now. We've not exactly been inconspicuous.
Yeah, they'll probably report it in. So I think that benefits with going in. I think, unfortunately, we can always go for the other tactic with Vampire Neil and if this doesn't work out, we can go for the tactic of Vampire Neil and Risen, like that whole encounter. But I think going in now might be a good idea.
To be clear, he's not called Vampire Neil. He's called Neil.
I'm doing that so we don't get
No.
half an hour of discussions anymore.
Make Scott suffer.
Right,
has
It
to
wasn't me that did it.
I
His
suffer
actions-
too.
His actions have repercussions.
Okay.
It wasn't me
Right,
that did it though.
Let's waste no more time.
So how are we going to go in?
What do you mean? Frankly, anyone who's defeated by color spray is not someone you need to fear. I swear, when I see Norway, I'm just gonna whip out my my dual canisters of spray paint and just.
So unfortunately, this guy over here can probably see the front door, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I was going to say I can try and disable device, but I don't have a very high one.
I mean, but the thing is, like, do you really care if they can see the front door? I mean, you are guards, right? So in theory, it doesn't necessarily matter.
Well, a guard picking a lock might be a little bit.
So my apologies. When what's his fuck? I'm out here. What's your name? Viggo. When Viggo was inside, he noticed that that's a courtyard that goes into, right? So courtyard doesn't have like a tick 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 lock, right? The courtyard has it's like a big like latch lever lock, and then somebody on the inside can throw like a block of wood to lock
so
the
it's
thing up.
probably open, so we could probably open it and go.
Yeah. So, but he didn't specifically look at that on the other side. And you guys have never actually even tried this door as of right now. Now, granted, usually you can imagine it's usually pretty fucking locked, but right now it might not be. Again, you haven't even tried it yet.
Do you want me to just try and open the door? Because
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna try and open the door.
Cool. So you go over to the actual door and you give it like a jiggle. You go over to the thing and you just give it like a jiggle. And roll me a strength check.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle. Is that how the sound go?
Jiggle. It fold.
Is that how the song goes?
Yeah.
I just remember it from like commercials or whatever. So you go over to the thing and you give it a hoist or what have you. Ah, you're the best wife in the world.
Why, thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
I did not
Appreciate
just
it.
give you a moi. I gave that to Brittany, okay?
Yeah, but
You don't get the
gave her a
moise.
moi to say her after calling
How
me the best
dare.
wife in the world.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so are you boys fighting over which of you is my best wife? I just want to be clear.
It's
Are you
not
fighting-
really it's not a
Ch-
competition.
Jake, do you
That's
want to
what
get in on
everybody-
this too?
How dare.
Look, I'm just saying, boys, but
I'll sit this one out,
Brittany?
guys.
Scott's made it clear that he likes nubile
Oh,
boys.
Brittany straight up said, I will share you with Neil. She didn't say Tesh. She didn't say Jake. She said, I will share you with Neil. That's
I
right.
see how it is.
Yep. I'm sorry, boys. My wife has spoken. Neil, you are welcome in our bed. We'll probably have to like go through the application process for Chloe though. That's probably a hard pass. You know. Yeah, sorry. Brittany doesn't like where this joke is going. She's giving me that look that says, "Why did you have to make it weird?"
I mean, just look at her and be like, we're getting to that age now.
They upgrade us? Do they give us class? Brittany, what does 10 to 11 mean? Yeah, like if you're talking about time, what does 10 to 11 mean? Oh, so 10 to 11 means like between 10 and like between 10 and 11. Okay, cool. What does 10 of 11 mean?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so Brittany said 10 to 11 means between 10 and 11, and 10 of 11 means 1050 is what she's saying.
So she's not wrong with the first one because you've not got any context there.
So what I'm just trying to make a point that fuck you, Neil, and Australia. So he's saying that 10 of 11. He's saying that 10 of. Hold on, let me give her the context. He's saying that 10 of 11 means that.
Is 10 of
I'm gonna
11.
make a
10
coffee
minutes
while he
of
does this.
11, meaning it's already 11
I'm gonna make a
and
coffee
you're
while he
adding
does
10
this.
minutes on.
Be right back.
So it's 11 o'clock, and it's been 10 minutes. It's 10 past. But he's saying that 10 of 11 contextually, by the way that our language works, 10 of 11 means 10 past 11. Yeah, exactly. We have bigger problems. And if we have to make a decision on who gets to decide the language, we have more population, so we get to decide. And then he started doing mass shooting jokes and whatnot, so we just had to end the conversation.
Whoa!
Yeah. Could have been shot this morning. Oh, did you go to a Starbucks? Is that why? Oh, look at that. All right,
That is
so
dark.
well, she did go to a Starbucks. All right. Anyways, back to the game. Just need to further prove that Neil is wrong because Brittany is always correct. I am contractually, I have to say that she's my wife. If you don't get it, you're not married yet. All right. Moving on. We are, where were we? You guys were actually finally making your way into the location, correct?
Right.
You said that.
Just finishing up a coffee.
You said that I'm your best wife. Therefore, I'm always right, Scott.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Neil.
Scott's like, oh no, I am trapped in a web of my own creation.
Will be clipped.
I'm trapped in a web of Neil's,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so back to the game. We can move forward from here. So my apologies. The plan is to go in now. Did you have any specific like paths or like what's the goal here? Like how are we doing this?
Front door.
So literally just kind of like walking in the front door to make your way into there.
At the very, hopefully, at the very least, they'll underestimate us thinking we're just nosy guards.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. I just remembered. You failed to make your strength check. Neil, you see him fail his strength check, But honestly, I know your perception is not super high, but you're way stronger than he is. And just watching him do this, you realize that maybe it's not because he's like, oh, I think it's locked. And when you see him do that, you look at it and you're like, his form was all off. It's like, no, that's not how you. Hold on. And you're able to kind of like either advise him to try again because it was such a horrible failure, or maybe you just dismount off Carrick and try it yourself.
Yeah, I guess I'll go physically help him rather than being like, no, do it like this.
All right, cool.
And that guy at a barbecue, you know, like.
Yeah. No, you're flipping it wrong. You're flipping it wrong.
He's gonna open it and be like, loosen it for you.
Yeah, nice. All right, so Neil, you are going to go ahead and make your strength check. And Tesh, do you want to aid him?
Yes, please.
What's your strength?
14.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're like, hold on, let me help you out. But before you're even able to get into line to help him out, he just kind of like one hand opens it. And so Neil, you easily are able to open the thing. Do you say or do anything when you do so?
No, Tristan's not a dick. He just opens it. There's like a slight glance at Tesh.
Yeah, Gallus just
Like awkward smile.
He stares up at the cloud,
Gallus
looking at
knows
Tesh.
This will come up later, and so he's like, fuck.
All right, cool. So you guys are able to jingle the handle open with relative ease, bring you into that front area. I should bring you back over to that map, and I'll do so in a second. Bring you into the front area. The thing opens up, and you guys are easily able to get into that courtyard bit. Just because there's an area over there that wasn't actually investigated by you guys quite just yet. I'm just trying to finish doing some clickety-clacky on dynamic lighting, and I'll be right over there in 1 second to move you. So you guys are easily able to move into the courtyard area, and I imagine you shut the courtyard door behind you. And assuming you're doing so, do you also lock it as well, or do you just kind of like leave it as is? All right, since you're contemplating the answer, it's not a quick answer for you. I will say this.
Do we even want to close it?
All right.
Make a profession soldier check, Neil, and tell us what you think.
Well, on one hand, we stop people coming in behind us. On the other hand, we make sure our escape route is nice and easy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying Tesh has already failed at opening the door, but he has, and therefore it could kill him.
Ha.
I'll just go through the roof.
All right, so you guys are immediately inside that area. The thing I would say is, now that you're inside there, you can do a little bit of further investigation or what have you.
Sorry about that.
To kind of like look into that spot if you need to. I think I never moved away this roof, so let me just move this one to GM layer as well, and that's the rest of the roof, so you can kind of look around for a hot minute. But to finish what we were talking about, the reason why I ask if you're gonna lock the door is because you realize like locking that door, putting the metal bar there, it would take two of you guys a 1 round action to lock or unlock that door if you're not using magic or what have you, right? It would take one of you probably 2 or 3 rounds to do it with a strength check to
The benefit
to
would be
unlock
it'd be
it.
very hard for people to follow us in because that's the only entrance into the building.
Correct. It's hard for people to
and
follow
we know
in,
there's guards out there.
but it would also be more difficult for you to get out if you needed to, which is why I'm bringing it up.
Although
what
everyone
do you guys
can
think?
get out, I'm just saying, we can get out the window. Every one of
That's true. Honestly, if we need a quick exit, that window is probably a good.
I don't know about quick, but
Quicker.
5 feet a second
It-
quick. We can get out that window.
Yeah, no,
Like
I
5
think
feet around.
I think let's lock it because there was a lot of people outside, and at the very least, they have to break their way in. Then
Yeah, well, I'll leave that up to. I reckon leave that up to Tristan because me and you can
He's-
quickly get out the room.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah, we can
Tristan's
lock
the
it,
one that
whatever.
affects the most.
Yeah.
Don't put this on me. This is your
no,
decision.
Well,
Tris,
listen,
you're literally
no,
the
without-
only
without-
one that
no,
can't.
Wait. Without memeing, you either make a quick getaway with it open or you fly out the window. That literally is your option.
Yeah,
Well,
I
there's
just
also
go
his
like
horse to
this.
consider.
Exactly.
So that exit is the only way his horse can get out. So that's another thing to note.
My horse can
Unless
fly.
Yeah.
Okay, we lock it.
Rude.
Yeah, but one is very conspicuous. And that's why Jake was trying not to laugh through without memeing, you know. But
Wait.
either way, So you guys lock the door up, no problem. So as you lock the door up, feel free to investigate that area that you're in right now because you never actually looked through this area. And don't forget, immediately to the north of where you're standing is actually where there is a another double door that I imagine one of you is going to go and investigate while the other one's going and investigating those rooms inside there.
I will investigate the rooms.
Okay, so you're going to go inside there. How much time are you going to spend inside here, Tesh? Kind of
Not
like looking
long.
over.
Actually, there are documents here.
Yes, sir.
I might have a quick look at them because those might be important.
Sure. What are you doing, Viggo? And I imagine Tristan's going to investigate the door because he can stay near Carrick, and we know that the two of them just had, well, Carrick just made him happy recently, and so he wants to make sure that he spends a little cuddle time with him.
Also, I recently got this mug, and I wonder if anyone gets the reference.
What is it? Show it again. Central Perk. Yeah, it's Friends.
Yeah, it's the fucking gigantic mugs.
It was originally supposed to be called Insomnia Lounge or something like that, right?
I don't know. All I know is that, like, ever since I first watched Friends when I was little, I've wanted one of these giant mugs, and now I got one.
Yeah. The show was originally supposed to be called Insomnia Lounge or something like that, and that was going to be the name of the coffee shop that they actually hung out in. But
they made a good choice changing the name, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. That's one of those, like, because I used to be a trivia host a long time ago. One of those, like, stupid things that my brain is held on to. But anyway, so continuing on, you guys are investigating. I'm gonna have Viggo. I imagine you're assisting him, and assuming I'm correct, both of you guys make your perception checks to investigate.
Preoccupied right now, sir.
That's okay. When he returns, he can roll his check. And in the meanwhile, Neil, you can also go over there and check the door. This one, however, when you go over and you check the door, you notice that this time the door is actually locked. Now, you did not see this door from the inside, but this one does have from the outside, like you can almost imagine like a large iron key kind of situation to unlock the door. Again, you did not see it from the inside, but you can see that this one's potentially pickable.
In that case, I might let Viggo look at the documents while I go to pick the lock.
Okay, so well, no, because you would have been looking at the documents while he kind of came to this realization. So you can still make a perception check before he calls you over.
Oof, not rolling well today.
Sure, and I imagine you're a little. You can roll a perception check, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right. Virgil can help me.
Yep.
Not good.
Okay, Virgil gave you a +3, so you have a 21.
Virgil should have looked himself. Oh well, that's still 21, still good.
Yep, 21's still good. So looking over the documents and whatever that's inside there, and feel free to move around just to kind of like finish off your view that you had earlier, Tesh, because obviously you looked through the window. You can see like, okay, that all makes sense. Yeah, everything makes sense. So this actually looks as though there are paperwork and whatnot inside here, suggesting like what has been transported in and transporting out, so on and so forth. So nothing really jumps out at you aside from one fun little detail. The last shipment in or out of this place was before that raid took place, which means that since the raid transpired, there's been no shipments that have been documented here. So that does matter for the sake of consistency of, okay, who owns this place? What have they been doing? It recently changed hands, so on and so forth. The last date was when that shipment kind of took place or what have you.
Okay, noted. Then I'll go help with the door.
All right. You can go ahead and roll a, what's it called? A disable device check.
Disable device.
Yeah.
And just as a note,
I mean, like a lock that could be unlocked from the other side.
Oh, the door can be unlocked from the other side, yes, sir. And there's also a large iron key, kind of like lock slot. Yeah, he can try from here. Yep.
Yeah. Or I could roll the absolutely worst.
And unfortunately, he's not able to pick the lock. It's too complicated of a lock for him to figure out. At least in the first 20 seconds of trying it. You're welcome to try one more time if you'd like.
I could try one more and then I could maybe stealth.
What I would say is this:
and open it from the inside.
What I would say is this: if you try one more time and you roll horribly again, you have a chance that you could potentially break the lock.
I'll just go inside and unlock it.
Have you still got like but
I have one
pe-
last invisibility. So I'll do that.
So you drink your last invisibility. That's because you had the other alchemical allocation, or is this your second casting of alchemical allocation?
My second.
Okay, gotcha. So you turn invisible, and you are gonna head up to the roof because spider climb lasts for a pretty long period of time.
Okay,
And
then
you're able
while he's
to-
doing that, I'll finish investigating this room or looking around this room.
Sure, and I can give you a couple more details. So, two things, real quick. So, back to you, Jake. When you go up all the way around to go in and go down, or what have you, you notice that the door is in fact locked, by like a key lock or whatever. But beyond that, it's also locked by the bar being put on. So even if he was able to pick the lock, it still would have been locked anyways. So you're doing this.
Alright, so when I do get to the roof, sorry, is there anyone paying attention now that I can see?
Not that you know of, no.
Okay, yeah, alright.
Nope, not that you've noticed.
Continue.
So anyways, you make your way to the roof. Oh, you mean those ladies?
Or anybody else paying attention, you know what I mean? Like noticing somebody's going in the courtyard, having a look. You know, any attention directed towards where they are.
So those ladies, now that you're on the roof, my apologies, you can see they're actively looking around, but they don't look like they're looking for a way in. They look like they're looking around. They're actually investigating other people, like the other people that you had kind of like seen sitting around the area. They're like, hey, did you see a gnome around here? Did you see a gnome? And one of them's like, no, I didn't see a gnome, or whatever. But I can't really give you much more detail without you like stopping and making perception checks or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're good. I was just seeing if anyone was paying attention. Nobody's paying attention. I'm going to continue inside.
These two might not be with the vampires.
Yeah, they're probably not, but
The fuck are they doing?
what are you gonna do? I don't know.
You know,
Okay.
at the very least, it might be a random third party that might get involved if things hit the fan.
Potentially.
That is an
Who
option.
knows? So either way, you guys are you make your way up there. You go all the way around. You're easily able to like unlock the lock. You can't. So my apologies. The actual lock because it's the old days. Look, keys have to be like turned from both sides. So and there's no like key sitting on the door. So you might still have to have him pick the lock or what have you just to open the door. But at least the big wooden block you're gonna have to move. Unfortunately, Jake, it's a giant wooden block and you aren't the strongest. I'm gonna need a strength check from you to move the wooden block out of the way. It's not like it's insanely heavy. It's like a 2x6, right?
Can I just take a minute?
So to be unlocked, it needs to be
Because something
unlocked
can
from
happen if
both
you fail.
sides.
It's important that you actually roll. Yeah. And, you know, in the old days, like you didn't have like a latch lock like we have modern technology. You have like a key goes in from both sides. Like think like watching Little House on the Prairie. You have to use a key from either side.
Oh,
of
you
the
don't
lock.
have the key,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, got it. Okay.
All right, so Jake, you're able to lift the thing up and get it going, but as you're lifting up the other side, it kind of like slips from your hand. And even though you're holding the block, the large wooden beam, the long wooden beam under like your arm on one side, it does slip from your hand on the other side because of how heavy it is, and it does hit the floor beneath you. So there's a bit of a bang, but it's not like it's oh my god, that's an insanely loud bang, but it is way more noise than you've made up until this point.
Uh-oh.
So again, to be clear, this isn't like this huge crash or anything like that, but it is a bang that happens.
I'm gonna
Tristan would
start,
probably
undoing the lock.
I would say Tristan would probably hear it because he's on the other side of the door. However, you on the inside, Galen, you can make a perception check if you care to see if you hear it or not. But you were actively reading a book when this transpires.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. I'll do a perception.
Yeah, you hear it.
Oh.
You absolutely heard the bang.
Okay,
I imagine you
cool.
immediately put down the book and go over there.
I also would. Viggo would hear like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Yeah, there was a 2x6 blocking the door, and I'm not the strongest.
Ah.
No.
And
It's not blocking the way anymore.
is there any latch on that side?
No, there's not.
Okay.
Can I assist him at all?
Yep, you can from the other side. Absolutely. You can kind of like give him like an eyeball, so you can go ahead and roll a disable device, and all you need to do is beat a DC 10.
You just see Viggo lean down, put his eye to the keyhole, and you just hear him start saying, "Click on 1, click on 2,
Yes.
Binding on
Yes.
screen.
Yes. Yes. Give me that lockpicking lawyer.
Okay, so I get a +2, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm wondering if it's worth suiting up gives me another +2. So, given we're going into this place anyway, I think I might suit up now. Because it will give me the extra bonuses. Let me tick everything so I have everything ticked off that I need to.
Remind me what kind of vision your characters have.
Low
I have
light.
dark. I have low light at the moment, but I can switch to dark vision.
Oh
if
no,
you
sorry,
could.
I actually have dark. I'm just talking out of my ass.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna have to
okay.
add these to your fake minis for now.
Dark 60.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you easily, very, very easily pop the lock. We're talking. It's one of those things where you're like, I turned it the wrong way. You're applying pressure to the wrong angle. You forgot that you're in this part of the country. They do locks backwards. It's
Yeah,
weird.
because up like in Australia, the locks work the other way around, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Neil. Oh, all right. So, yeah, you guys are able to, you're able to pick the lock, no problem. You can swing open the door and get you guys actually properly inside there. Give me half a tick to fix this for you. If it doesn't matter too much, I'm gonna go ahead and look at that. I swung the door open for you, so you can get inside. Yay!
Should I
Sorry,
just
roll
drag my
20s.
person forwards?
Yeah. You actually can.
Oh, I
now.
can't. It actually won't let me drag through the wall. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice feature that they've added, so I can't like
Oh,
cheat and
that's
like
old.
drag my person through. That's
That's an
cool.
old feature, just whether or not the DM clicks that checkbox.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys, I imagine, are going to head over to the room that had the secret door in it, correct? Especially since you made that bang recently.
We should probably clear the building.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna check this corner down here, because luckily I was with Virgil, so I know what areas he's cleared. I saw through Virgil what areas he's cleared and hasn't.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he didn't clear down here, right? Did you clear down
half a tick.
Where? No.
Oh yeah, so I'll clear down here, just to make sure.
This area is a balcony, right?
Yes, sir. You can climb up there if you'd like.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I suppose I'll walk up there.
If you can't go there, it'll literally stop you from being able to get up there.
There we go.
This is weird. Me being this looks interesting. Why do they have it? The way this is laid out is weird. So I want to perception this.
Yeah. Give me a moment. I'm trying to just get something together for you.
Are these more trapdoors here?
What was that?
These more trapdoors here.
Those. Yeah. Go ahead. Roll a perception check while you're searching over in that area.
I shall summarily fail my perception check. If you'll excuse me for one moment.
Oh, that's actually not that. What the fuck? Oh, you're adding shit in here. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're
then I'll
good.
move back to the door.
Give me half a tick, and I'll describe what you see in
Yeah, so I'll
half a
move
tick.
back to the door because that may affect what I do. There's shit's been happening in this area, I think.
All right, and then one more piece just for posterity.
I assume those are broken boxes.
Yeah, exactly. Broken shit inside here. So, give me a moment, please.
What is? Oh, is that a spent scroll?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. And then
we're like, holy shit, is that what they look like when they're used?
Click, put these on map layer, and we should be good now. Click, okay, and put you on map layer. All right, cool. So when you come walking into this place, one of the things that you notice is that these barrels and whatnot down here have been, these barrels or crates or whatever they are down here, have been opened up. Now, you rolled me a perception check, didn't you, Tesh? You did not.
Yeah,
Neil
I was
did.
about to.
Yeah, you go ahead. Neil, you looking through your crates, looking to see if there's any more trapdoors or whatnot that are over inside that area, and you unfortunately do not find any trapdoors
I
or
can
whatever over
see
there.
them. I can see them.
Tesh, you notice, first and foremost, when you walk into this room, there's some shit that's broken inside here. There's pretty much every barrel or crate or whatever it is that's inside of here has been broken open and into, or whatever. They've all been
Interesting.
moved to the side. But two other important details. Detail number one, because they've been broken into. Sorry, guys, we just ran out of time last time, but you'll see in the future. Something that really catches your eye about the barrels. It looks like they're like on top of something. So you go to like move the barrels the rest of the way to get them out of the way, and it's mostly uncovered anyways. And in doing so, you realize they're actually on top of
Holy fuck. Holy
a
fuck.
couple of items that are
Holy shit, guys, I found some coffins and sarcophaguses.
But before you like jump out to them, one of the things that you're noticing as you're like moving these barrels and crates or what have you. Yeah. But before you even say this, like as you're realizing this and moving stuff out of the way, one of the things that you notice is that all these crates and barrels, they seem to have the same kind of symbol on them. It almost looks kind of like an eye symbol. Like a mark, almost like a merchant's mark put on these crates and stamps or whatever.
Here.
That's on all of these different crates or barrels or what have you. But moving them out of the way, you see the shit underneath it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would alert them to the coffins, and also Viggo, I need your expertise on if this is a rune of some kind or if it's just a mark.
Well, you call them over, I imagine, because you fucking see some important shit.
Yeah, no, I said after I would also, the first thing I did would say, hey, I've got some coffins and sarcophaguses, and this is in their head so I don't yell it out. So we have some shit to destroy maybe, because I have a feeling that these might be some of his underlings stuff.
Yeah, we should definitely destroy them if it is what it seems, but not after we need to destroy his first.
Yes, no, I agree, but noting where they are is important. But I also want you for help for the eye. I want to know if it's a rune or it's if it's just a marking.
So a couple things to point out, and then Neil, please continue. As you guys are coming over there and looking at this or whatever, one of the other things you immediately were able to investigate, that sarcophagus that you see, and that is in fact a sarcophagus, looks fucking pristine. We've all been to graveyards in real life, and we've all seen the new gravestones and the ones that have been there for at least 5-10 years, and definitely the ones that have been there for, I mean, I know Australia is a fake place, but in real countries and old ones like mine, you know, you have ones that have been there for hundreds of years, you know? So it's because my country is one of the oldest countries, of course. So this looks like a brand new pristine sarcophagus, right? But same as those coffins that you see over there. Those are new, pristine-looking coffins as well. They look like they were recently fabricated. There's no wear and tear or anything on them whatsoever. They even will have like a fresh smell of lacquer on them. My apologies, Neil, back to you.
They have little names on the front that say Ethan, Rena. So Tris would say, this vampire is hundreds of years old. Have you ever heard of the term, don't put all your eggs in one basket? I'll be honest, if anything, surely finding these here mean that his isn't here.
Probably. It's a good bet, but we should still check it out if it's this important. This is out of game. It's a real shame that there isn't running water in this world, like taps and a plumbing system, because how evil of a trap would it be just to like set the sarcophagus on a slight slope and then put a tap on at the top so it's running water. They come back and there's
I don't think a faucet counts as running water for vampires.
Really?
Otherwise, their hygiene would be absolutely atrocious.
It is. They drink
like,
blood.
Like just imagine a vampire not being able to shower after they suck.
God, imagine
dry.
the diseases and parasites that a vampire would have. Ugh.
It's almost as if there's a spell called prestidigitation.
You have to assume that not all vampires have the ability to cast magic or manipulate somebody that can cast magic.
But yeah,
Right, we're looking at these. Is there any markings or anything
As slaves to sponge bath them. Sorry, continue. Are you checking the marking? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You saw the markings.
Are you seeing if it's like whether it's like a rune or if it's just a marking?
Oh, you have no idea. Oh, my apologies. It doesn't seem arcane as far as you
Okay.
know. I mean, feel free to roll an Arcana check.
This area here is what I thought was very suspicious with the fact the way things were laid out. Can I have a look at that wall? Those walls and floors?
Which area?
Over
Oh,
here.
yeah, feel free.
It's very weirdly the way
it's just because that's a few. That's because it's a few steps down. So it's like you're beneath grounds level. That's why it's down here. And it's looking over there. Nothing. Nothing seems sus about it with your 23, sir. Knowledge Arcana. Nothing seems. These aren't arcane runes that stand out to you. You're not familiar, Jake. If it's anything.
So one thing that I might do is I might set things up in such a way that if we get out of here in a rush, we might be able to set this on fire as we go. Just to like.
There's already a bunch of broken wood on the ground.
Yeah, so I'll put it all together ready in a way that I know would start a fire quickly.
This will like cross his arms watching you do this. Stone doesn't burn that well.
No, but those ones do. Ideally, if we, some is better than none.
I'm not sure arson is the way to deal with these.
Some is better than none, sir. I agree. This is more if we have to get out of here quickly.
What if the fire spreads?
Hopefully, this being the
tallest building in the district.
As I said, it's not an option I want to do, but if we...
It's not an option we're going to do, Galen. We're not going to burn down people. We can deal with these sarcophagus with a little bit of hard work, I think. It's not worth killing innocents to save innocents, is it?
Okay, then what do you want to do?
Smash them. Destroy them.
Breaking that one, points to the stone one, is going to take a lot of noise.
Yep. But there's no other way around that one. Can't burn it.
Well, we can have that conversation when we go down. Come back up. No, we should go down first. Like you said, might be a case of not having all your eggs in one basket, but these up here might lead people to think that these are the only ones in the building. People can't find that door, and they do break the ones up here, then below is safe. Not only that, these must have been moved here recently, because
boys.
Yeah, it's just changed hands again. So
it's just stolen piece of art. Sorry.
I think our best bet is going below.
Yeah. I agree. That's
well.
Settle down.
How many sarcophagi are up here?
One.
Just one sarcophagus, and how many coffins?
Stacked on each other, two. Like stack one on the other one.
And we're all closed.
Yes.
We should probably check that there's no one in them.
Well, I was just gonna say, why bother checking? Why don't we just lift them up and put them underneath the windows?
I mean, the sarcophagus should not be able to move over. Oh, you mean the window over there? Sarcophagus would be really fucking heavy. That would be.
I mean
move.
these.
Yeah.
These.
The coffins
also
you
the
could,
fog.
but
The fog kind of protects them enough. It's not going to be enough.
There's no fog, but there's no fog inside the in here, right? Like that you should be relatively because it's inside, so the fog doesn't really get inside as easily.
I mean, the ceiling of this building is like 30 feet up, right? How high does the fog go?
Okay.
Exactly what Neil's saying. Yep.
Okay, that may not be a bad idea then.
Because if anything tries to come out, we'll hear it sizzle, right?
Sizzle.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's as good an idea as any right now. At least we won't be able to move the sarcophagus, but we can move the other two.
We might be able to. It would make a lot of noise, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna be heavy as fuck.
The noise is the issue because a one random thunk is one thing. Someone dragging a sarcophagus is gonna alert anyone underneath the building.
Oh,
Yeah, but
is this a door here? Is there a door here?
No. That's just a doorway.
It's like a stairs down in an open sort of area, sort of thing.
What he just said.
So yeah, let's move those. Well, let's. Can we open them to see if there's anyone in them first?
Yeah, absolutely. So the coffins have so usually a real life coffin back in the day is just going to be like a lid that you lift off and then you nail it down when the person's inside there.
Ready, just in case there's someone in here.
Lots of splintered wood in here, right?
Yeah, let's grab a
here.
piece of wood and get ready for a stake, and if there's someone in here.
So like I was just saying, there is a usually in real life a coffin in the old days would just the lid would kind of like lift off and then you would just nail it down when the person's in there because you don't need to worry about opening it again afterwards, and you're good to go, right? But modern days there's a hinge on it, so I'm just pointing the difference because these coffins actually have nice hinges put on them, which is very unusual.
Obviously, because
like
that close them a lot.
Yeah, that comes off as unusual to you guys.
Okay. And so I've got a piece of wood ready to stake. I assume there's a sharp enough piece nearby that looks sharp.
Yeah. Like you said, there's broken wood or whatever around, and you did hear the stories about potentially a stake in the heart being something that's viable as an option.
Yeah.
So you grab a piece of wood ready, and just to make sure that everything's good to go. And you go ahead and lift up the coffin, the coffin's lid, and there's nothing.
Grab a piece of wood as well.
There's nothing inside. You're good to go.
Both coffins.
You move that coffin off of the other one because, like I said, they're stacked up too high, and the other one, once again, there's nothing inside of it. You're safe.
Do we check the sarcophagus or move these? Because anything we do with the sarcophagus has risk of making noise. And big noises.
I don't think it's a wise idea to like go downstairs and leave a potential vampire trapping us down there.
So let's check it.
Okay. So one of the first things you're going to notice with the sarcophagus, and you're kind of like investigating a little bit further, is that it is very, very finely crafted sarcophagus, but it has some like little slits in the sides. So there's these funny little like slits that exist along the sides of them, almost as though like breathing holes or what have you. You guys are gonna go and try to lift the sarcophagus lid. I imagine two of you do so, while the third one has the stake in hand. Who is going to lift the lid?
So, the best plan here would be to use our brains, right? We've got.
Whoa, that's
I know.
revolutionary.
We've got a bunch of broken wood here, right? If we just tilt one side up and get a couple of wedges of wood in there, we could just like loop a rope round the whole thing with minimal lifting and get Karok to pull. So we only have to do a slight lift to minimize noise, and Karok does the movement.
Yeah, I go saying.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to do exactly that and try to, like you just said, kind of reduce the amount of work that you're physically doing. So first thing you're going to do is try to get this thing lifted up just a bit, just enough that Karok can do there. So you lift it up just like the 2 inches, while another person wedges some wood, and then you can use it as a lever to loop a rope through, and then have Karok pull the thing off. So go ahead and make me a strength check. Neil, Tesh, feel free to assist him. This is not going to be as high of a DC because you're not straight lifting this thing.
Nice, rolled off that 20.
I thought he did change
Wow.
the attack.
God damn. I do not assist.
Okay, that's fine. You don't
need
you,
carrot to roll the strength.
so he unfortunately can't get a good finger hold. You're kind of on your own on this one, but he does actually help you in lifting the. So you are actually able to get it up there. So he, being useless, just goes over and gets the rope and loops that around instead. And you have Carrick give it the pull. I imagine you don't want Carrick to pull too hard, otherwise it comes smashing off.
Yeah.
So I think you automatically pass the handle animal check anyway, so I won't make you roll that. Either way, you are going to go ahead and have Carrick pull the thing to the side. All right, inside the thing, it's empty. It's completely empty inside there.
Giga.
However, you notice a couple of different details. Detail number one is inside there, even though it's empty, you notice a couple things. Along one of the entire inside is lined with a type of metal, it looks like. I don't know if any of you guys are metallurgists. If not, you have to roll like a craft blacksmith or profession metallurgy or whatever it is. Feel free to just make a flat intelligence check if you want.
He worked with some metal as a farrier.
I'll make a.
Oh, wait,
flat
you were a farrier?
intelligence check.
Uh-huh.
Then go ahead, roll. It makes most sense
nice.
for you to roll them.
I have knowledge engineering on.
Boom,
on
Neil,
Virgil.
you know it. It's a common
cool.
metal of the day. It's lead.
Oh,
The entire
Oh.
inside is lined with lead, and there's even little slits. So there's these little slits on the inside. So remember how I mentioned that they're almost like slits on the outside for like air to be able to pass through? On the inside, those actually have almost like a little like a sliding door. So if it has if it's slid up, it allows like almost like air to pass through. But if it slides down, it like blocks the air passing through and closes the lead loop. So with you guys just in meta knowledge, because you guys understand vampires, if he's not in his coffin, he could pass back into it as mist if need be, and then close those things afterwards and seal himself from being able to be detected, right? Also on the inside of the coffin, you can see there's a little bit of like a metal bands that's put inside, like welded or whatever to the lead lining that's there, to give like little slots, and then there's like a nice little wool or cotton or whatever areas inside there to have stuff that's comfortably put. You actually see like, okay, these two slots literally look like they can hold a book or two. Like, okay, well, maybe some bedside reading or whatever while he's inside of his coffin. But you also see that there's areas inside there, and Jake, you would know this if you'd ever seen it before. It literally looks like areas to hold potion vials. So he literally has it set up so that this bed inside here, his coffin has things inside of it. Protection from detection, the ability to get in and out relatively easily without having to lift the lid while in mist form. The objects inside there that he can use while he's inside of it. Like it is properly protected. Jake, you want to go ahead and roll me a perception check as you're actively like searching, or all of you guys can roll a perception check. Those things are instant. You don't need to make checks to notice this. You just see it instantly.
I got the one out. Wait, what? Oh no, I didn't get the one out of the way. You got the one out of the
I
way.
got the one.
Okay.
I looked at
Gallon?
mine. I'm like, one doesn't equal 33.
Gallon, you also notice that the entire inner lip of the sarcophagus, like the inner lips, like where the stone lid would kind of catch onto, it's not like it's like a perfect smooth down. There's like a small lip where for the wall and like the inner area. That entire lip on the inside has runes written along them, and the inside cover of the sarcophagus also has runes written alongside of it. What those runes are, though, you guys have no idea as of right now.
Just realized something.
What's
We
that?
can close the vents and close the sarcophagus.
That's true. Yep, and he wouldn't be able to get into here as mist. But that being said, you notice these runes, but you have no fucking clue what they are.
Okay. I would point them out to Viggo.
Arcana check.
Arcana check. And this one I would actually say is spellcraft.
And I'm gonna close the vents. just-
That's my impression of Scotland.
I forgot to take my meds. Whew.
Nice.
Do that real quick.
Hmm.
Reminder to everyone watching: take your meds.
No,
Thanks, Dad.
you're not my mum.
I've shown you
Got my
guys
drugs
the
right here.
fucking gigantic pill that I have to take daily.
So Jake, The ones on the inside lining the entire thing, it's the runes. They're carved in there, and you're pretty sure it's already been enchanted on and whatnot. It's a magic circle against good. And you're pretty sure just by the way that the runes are completed and the materials that are kind of like inlaid into it, kind of like lining the inside into the carvings or whatever, you're pretty sure it's active. So it already has active on there, a magic circle against good put inside there. Looking at the inside lid of the sarcophagus, you can see that the runes are in there. This is supposed to make it so the sarcophagus can easily have alarm spells put onto it that hold for significantly longer periods of time. It almost extends the duration. It extends the duration of alarm spells to make sure that they even like weaker ones can last longer. Whether or not it is active, you have no idea. Whether or not there was a spell that just went off, you have no idea.
Okay,
If a spell did go off, you do know that alarm has two versions. One, an audible alarm that can be heard here and now right away, and a mental alarm that can be heard X number of miles away. Let's look up the distance real quick. Pathfinder alarm.
Okay. That's not good. I am going to close the vents so that when we close it, it's airtight.
1 mile away. So up to 1 mile away, it can be absolutely heard. What were you saying, Tesh?
I'm closing the vents so that when we do close it, he can't get back in.
It extends and expands the spell. So it would actually be able to be heard 2 miles away, and it would be it lasts double the amount of time that a normal caster would be able to make it do. So as a first level caster, it would last 4 hours instead of 2 or what have you. You close up the vents and
it's broken in here. So let's hope that that alarm spell was triggered by whoever the fuck broke everything.
Yeah. Although the lid was back on anyway.
Yeah, but it might not have been like reset sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a
well,
hope.
I convey
not
that
a.
there's possibly an alarm being raised.
We better do this quickly.
So we destroy it?
No, I thought, well, we can just close this one now with the vents closed. Pardon me, he can't make it back into it in his mist form.
Right.
I mean,
But what if
how
he
many of
walks
them?
in here?
Well, I mean, I assume if their coffin is destroyed, they can choose another one if they're not dead themselves. I assume it's not like this one is bound to me. It is the only one. It is damaged. No.
I thought that's how.
Yeah, I thought that's how vampires
Really?
work.
Yeah.
That's
I thought
why
they-
that's why destroying a coffin is like a viable tactic against them, because otherwise they'd just be like, never mind, I'll just go find another coffin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like when they're dead, they can only go back to the one they're bound to. But I thought, like, if they're alive, they can obviously choose another one.
oh yeah, you can bind to a different one in theory. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not something that happens instantly. It's not like this is my new bed. It's like they have to go through a process. There's no
Oh,
rules
okay,
about
cool.
this, mind you, but you can imagine it's not just simply as I chose a new bed today. You know.
I mean, have you ever chosen a new mattress? That shit takes time.
We have, and I'm always disappointed.
Okay, well,
What do we want to do?
what we're gonna do with the sarcophagus probably just depends on what happens here, if shit hits the fan or not. As far as the coffins, we should probably move them into the light and then head downstairs.
You see what Norway's saying in chat. All that is accurate, and again, you guys got insanely high on your check to know about vampires. I believe Jake rolled a natty 20 to know the stories. And so it is true that the sanctum specifically is the place where he must return to recover himself when he's been discorporeated because of damage. He has to return to the sanctum. That doesn't mean that's the only place where he can sleep, but that's his only sanctum. It's his only place that he can return. So this might be a secondary sleeping location, but or sleeping vessel. It likely needs to be moved to a better spot than where it currently is. It's currently not in use. But you don't know how
that's a
long it's
good
been here.
point.
You don't know when it was brought here. You don't know if this thing's been sitting on.
That is a really solid point. It could just be storage for like a backup. Because yeah, there was no potions or books in there, right? There was just slots for them, right?
Correct. And again, you know it was
Oh,
recent.
that
You don't know how
does-
recent right now, but you know it was recent because you could still smell lacquer on the coffins.
Yeah, okay, then this very much might be storage for backup shit. Okay.
Warforged
do you wanna
Zen,
do?
thank you for following. If you're new to the channel, I do apologize. I'm on this overlay because I forgot to make a battle overlay for this party. These aren't the actual names of the characters. This is the same PCs, but different characters have played in a different campaign. So you'll see the real names when we move off of this map. Back to our regular chatting overlay.
It'll be
So
a little confusing.
the character
I'm
names are
sorry.
wrong. So sorry about that. But the PCs are correct. All right, continuing. I'll make that
do we
this week
want
for
to
next
bother
week.
moving the coffins in or head downstairs while we still have sort of stealth?
I would say head downstairs.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm of the mind that I think that's a good point. That I think these are storage with the way they were. Because like, what if that guy came back to the one on the bottom and he's like, ah, fuck, fucking hell. Okay, let's head downstairs.
So you guys are gonna make your way over to the stairwell to find out if this is the way to be. I'm just grabbing a real quick stairwell. This one doesn't look horrible. Stairwell thing. So the stairs start off as a as the straight stairs that you had seen beforehand on the map. I can go ahead and change that for you. And then as you're walking forward, eventually they start to curl so they can get further and further downstairs without you necessarily giving away the cake. So just to make things super obvious for you, we're going to go over here. Boop, boop, boop. And yay, staircase revealed. What is it? You've discovered a new area, right? All right, so grabbing object layer. Now here's the big question. Here's the big detail for you. Carrick, in theory, can make his way down the stairs, but this is going to be very, very difficult for Carrick. So if you were going to do that, because he's a large fucking warhorse with like a saddle and everything on him, if you are going to try to move him down the stairs, just understand getting back up the stairs is once again going to be very slow.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna cast alarm. And Carrick's gonna push a little button on him, and his ears will like go ka-chink, and he'll set into alarm mode, and they'll rotate periodically. You know, like little sonar things. His nostrils will go.
It'll be like the R2 blue or red light
yeah,
that Obi-Wan
exactly.
Kenobi has. Okay, yeah.
Perfect.
All right, cool.
Spot on.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
perfect. Yeah, I saw all 3 episodes, but I don't want to give away any spoilers. All right, so I think I gave all of your 3 of your characters vision. If I didn't, just let me know, and we'll be good. I'm gonna drag and drop you in about 10 seconds. 1 second.
Drag and
They're
drop you.
appearing, and I'm dragging and dropping you now. To be able to see.
Okay.
So if you can't see, let me know.
I can't. I see black.
I can't either.
Have you zoomed out?
Sorry. Only Neil can see.
I see my character.
And do you see your character, Vigo?
Oh.
I can
Okay.
see.
Yeah, I see my character. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay,
only
cool.
Neil can see. That's fine.
Then only Neil can see because of dark vision. That's right. So Neil, you need to be able to you need to, because 2 of you are parent and 1 of you is like part hobgoblin or whatever. So you guys need a light source. Yeah.
Are we gonna light a torch, or do I have to adapt to it?
You can do whatever
Oh, I
you'd like.
can't.
Vigo's gonna need a torch either way.
I can pass you a sunrod.
Yeah.
Oh, then. Let's do that then.
Vigo maybe should hold a sunrod.
Yeah.
It's my
no,
last. It's my last sunrod though.
Oh.
I do have a torch.
Yeah, I mean,
Because-
yeah, but a sunrod.
The difference
a
is
sunrod-
torches are
it lasts for,
20 and
like-
20. This is 30 and 30. And it
Yeah,
lasts for
and
an
it
hour.
lasts for 8 hours. You can drop it on the floor, whatever. Like it will not go out. You know.
I can make
Okay,
them,
yeah.
so I can make you another one.
All right, cool.
Let's go with the sunrod. I won't
gonna-
adapt until I need it because I can do it as a swift action. So
You're gonna give me a sunrod.
So Vigo is going to emit a bright light of 30 feet with an additional low light of 30 feet because he has a sunrod. But because 2 of you are Perrin, 2 of you have low light vision, that's going to double for you, and you're going to see 60 feet of bright and 60 feet of dim. Tristan will only see 30 feet of light, 30 feet of dim, but because he has dark vision, if he of 60 feet, depending on where he is, will be weird lighting for him. Once again, don't forget, it's the hero pack. Make sure you choose minis for next session, and I will have that prepared as well as the correct overlay for you guys prepared. Okay.
I was gonna say, can we? Would we be able to use the? I don't know what's been said to chat in the community, so I don't want to say too much. Oh wait,
Sure.
I'll message
Oh, you're talking about the artwork that's been done?
you. Yeah.
So in theory, yeah, we could use those. The only problem is, what I'll have to do is I'll have to cut them off because they're too small. And different.
yeah.
I'd have to cut them off like at the waist and put a circle on them, but that's absolutely something I can do.
I
Maybe
was
we should
thinking
find
that
a
might
fun little
be-
circle rounding.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep, we can definitely do that. So roll 20 is dragging ass for me, but you guys should be good to go. So as you guys are first coming down into this first area, walking down the stairs or what have you, you notice that it's really friggin' dark. So Viggo puts his like bright light or whatever on there. It's so funny. Things are moving on my screen, but they're not moving on the other ones. Like Gallon right now for me is set south west of Viggo, and on what Twitch can see, he's set south of Tristan.
Let me move and see if it updates, just in case. So if I move up to this top corner, did it update?
Yeah, now it did. It just like jumped all over the map, but then it got to where the top corner is.
Cool.
It's so
Okay.
weird. So weird that it keeps doing that. I hate that it does that, but either way, it's dragging butt at the moment. So you guys are up here inside of the area, right off the bat. You can kind of like get a wet smell down here. It smells dank. It smells wet. As you're walking down the stairs, you can also smell salt. Like you can definitely smell salt as you're coming down here. So, what are you saying? What are you doing? I imagine any conversation is once again going to be through the crystal. So you aren't going to say anything aloud to one another.
Yeah, so there'd just be a lot of, unfortunately, it's one of the things where if we were doing everything perfectly roleplay, it'd be me relaying messages back and forth between everyone, but I assume for the most part, until it's like a stressful situation, we could just assume that like I relay the message back and forth. And we don't have
yes,
to
of course.
actually have
Which-
me do that.
Which makes of course perfect sense. So what do you guys want to say before? I mean, I know you're answer to move forward, but before like you actually move forward, you guys are like analyzing the situation. You smell the salt, you smell like the dampness, you smell all this, but everything's perfectly dry around you, to be clear.
I think
Go ahead.
our marching order should be Viggo in the middle because of the light, unfortunately, and Tristan up the front, and I'll be right behind Viggo, ready to sort of go in any direction.
One thing I will say is, like we can smell the sea, so it's even more promising because when we were thinking about where he could be, one of the theories was, access to the harbor. When he would have came in, he would have had to take his sarcophagus and hide it, somewhere with.
It also
that
could be
access.
why, if the people who, if like selling the storehouse didn't make, wasn't like we take it back right now, as if they never discovered the staircase and he was still able to access the place via the harbor.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So we got to decide what we do if we see someone down here. Whether we engage immediately or we try and like hide. I
We
think
got the sun,
given,
we can't hide.
oh, that's a good point. Never mind then. We engage.
So the canon of what our conversations actually are is like Chinese whispers, where Viggo says like, "We can't hide," and then Viggo like passes this on to everyone else, and it's like, "We've got mice."
Somehow, yeah.
Okay.
What? Where?
So anything else you so now that you've kind of like come to conclusions or whatever, you can feel free to move forward and see what you see as you're walking out there. I imagine you guys are moving cautiously. Describe like your movements, describe your walking pattern, describe this before you go any further, okay?
I'm being very cautious, but I'm not in front, unfortunately. because I can't see without the light.
It's true.
Tris has got his shield rage, hammer in one hand. Walking for. I mean, like, he's obviously being careful where he's putting his feet and his progress and keeping an eye out.
Yes,
But like,
I'm looking for traps. That's
There's
one thing I
also
want to make that very clear. I'm perceiving for traps.
Okay. So you're perceiving for traps. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception check then? Just because you're feeling paranoid. Why don't we go ahead and fulfill that
Have I got the
paranoia?
description? Yes.
Just
Okay.
so you know, I will also be doing the secret doors again.
And just as a note with this, Scott, adding my, it's going to say on the bottom, add half level, so 3 to perception for traps. It would mess up too much to try and add that into the rest of the equation. So just adding 3 onto this.
Sure. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
perfect.
good. So you get a solid 30. So immediately you say you're looking for traps or what have you. You actually do notice if you want to, you do notice a thing as you're coming down here. So literally right across this line, I wanted to do like the corner or whatever, but like right across this line as you're about to walk out of this this room here, you can see that there is a little bit of a very, 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 very simple trap that's there. We're talking like about an inch or two of the ground, a thin twine that's stretched across, and just kind of like you see it. And then just because your perception is so high, you kind of like look around the corner and you can literally see the twine is anchored to literally bells on either side. So if you were to step onto it, it's like high enough that the average person wouldn't trip on it. It's like maybe an inch off the floor, unless you're a shuffler when you walk, in which case you deserve to trip. When you step on it, it would cause like a ding-a-ling-a-ling, it would cause like a bell ring. So definitely gives you the impression that something might be down here.
Yeah. Stop. There's a thin twine over the floor there. It's linked to bells, I think. We should disarm that or step over it. Do you want to risk disarming it, or can I assume we can safely step over it once we know it's there? It's just we might hit it in a rush if we're heading out in a rush.
I mean, there's, I guess, likely guards. And when I say guards, I mean something guarding down here then.
Yes. Oh, I should be saying yes.
The question is, do we want to encounter it when we're destroying the sarcophagus, if it is here? Or do we want to encounter it when we're ready for it?
We might be able to get the jump on it though if we find something down here. I think.
Yes,
I should
we
probably
might.
try and
He,
disarm
he's gonna look at the sun rod.
Oh, good point. I'm gonna try and disarm. Because then if I fail, well, we're doing what Neil's talking about anyway and getting his attention now.
Okay, then why don't you
I
go
assume
ahead?
That's what you're saying, Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna get his attention regardless.
Yeah, this just
Better
might
not to alert, I reckon. But go ahead, Tesh.
Well, that's why I was trying to say disable it. Well, okay. What
Go,
do you?
just-
I would.
just
I
go
would
ahead.
say Viggo's.
You're good. You're good.
scared.
Disarm.
I'm
I
scared.
can help you if you want. I can try.
Okay, this says +3 onto it. I mean, yeah. Do you have disabled device?
Yeah,
You might be able
Viggo
to-
like holds both ends of this twine, pulls a little bit of tension, and then he cuts it, and he's like, "Right, I've disarmed it." And Viggo's there like,
What now?
You stay here for half an hour, Viggo. We'll be back."
Sorry,
Damn, we should have had you. Oh well, doesn't matter.
You perfectly.
oh my
you
good.
I mean, you guys easily could have stepped over it, right? Like we're talking, it was like an inch or whatever
Yeah,
on the
but
ground,
this-
but you don't want to do that. You want to You don't want to take any chances of bumping into it in the future, forgetting about it, whatever it might be, right? So
Yeah.
you were absolutely able to cut the thing, like you said, kind of like holding both sides, maybe each of you holding one end. And then as he kind of like snips the thing, and maybe even just like snips on both sides to remove the twine entirely so it can't even be bumped into, he'll go over and cautiously kind of like lower the bell or whatever it is to the ground so
Yeah.
it can no longer be rung or anything like that. Like you are good to go.
Oh, I'm glad I did that check.
I also
There's
have
no
Death
no
Watch,
chance of bumping into it.
but
Go ahead.
doesn't matter.
You have Death Watch
I
on?
also have Death Watch, yeah.
That's 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm
Cool.
gonna back up because I'm waiting for other people to go forward because I can't see any extra by going forward.
Cool. There's one thing I wish Pathfinder, sorry, Roll20 had built into it, and I believe there's actually an API that lets you do it because I believe I've actually used it once before in a different campaign. But the ability to instill like guards like walking paths, because I'm pretty sure I did that once before in a different in Lost Initiative. We're going back like
That'd
3 or
be
4
cool.
years ago. But yeah, it's the ability to more or less give guards the ability to just like walk back and forth on their own without you having to manually do every individual movement or what have you. But either way, so you are making your way out to that spot. You once again easily cut it, and you are still standing and seeing where you can see. Let me move this back so chat can see. Now the question is, which direction do you want to go? Do you want to go north? Do you want to go south?
I can't see
Where's the
what's
smell
the
of
direction
the sea
first.
seem to be coming from?
Oh,
South
sorry. You and Gallon and Viggo should Viggo kind of like needs to step forward.
Yeah.
South looks like a
There we go.
natural cavern. North looks like something that's been made.
Okay, so
So
south might be
before
the
you walk
entrance
anywhere,
where
we'll discuss it. Right? Go ahead.
Do we want to check the entrance? Like go down to double check that nothing's there, or do you want to head up into where we think stuff's going to be hidden?
We just disabled a trap. Why are we trying to check where something is? Surely we should do one or the other.
Well, no, because if something sees the light, that's better than like the entire whatever this area is being alerted.
I mean, what do you guys think? I think probably the cavern, and I'm assuming that's where the smell of the sea is strongest. Scott?
The whole area down here it has that permeating smell.
Okay, yeah.
Let's check the cavern then so when we go up, there's not something following us down.
Cool. Just give me a second again. Roll20's freezing for me, which is super frustrating. Like I'm
Yeah.
sitting here like, come on, fucking Roll20. Stop fucking freezing. Jesus.
It's a shame because you've made all these cool maps and everything as well.
It's just like, stop freezing. It literally, I just click away to close other tabs to see if it was on my side, and even just clicking back to Roll20. All of the tabs, no problem. Roll20, even just clicking on it, it takes forever
That's
to load back
something.
up.
Is there any
I'm gonna refresh
light
again.
whatsoever coming from this direction?
There's no light coming from anywhere, unfortunately, but give a second for it
Okay.
to fucking reload. God damn it. Like, I have no additional videos or anything playing anywhere. I have nothing extra happening on any of my other screens. There's nothing heavy anywhere.
Yeah, sometimes Roll20 has a day off. Yeah, that's about right.
All right.
It just chooses like today, no, just no.
Super frustrating. All right, there we go. All right, so that's there. Let me do this. So you are going to boom. Okay, so you guys want to head south, correct?
I believe
Go right ahead.
so.
Head south,
Are
but
we all in agreement?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
I'll
Yeah.
follow. You guys
so as you're
follow
heading
that.
south, stop at about this line right here, and then roll me perception checks.
Okay. I assume I'm gonna wait for light to move up. I'm gonna roll first.
Yeah, Viggo, you. I imagine you're walking behind the. I mean, maybe Viggo shouldn't be the one holding the torch. No, it makes sense he does because you need your
Oh.
hands.
Let me
Okay,
move
waiting
down
for the last one to roll.
Actually, realistically, I can hold the torch because I only need one hand for my crystals. So.
No, I mean I can hold it. I just happened to get a message just then, so. I was
Oh no, that's fine. Oh shit! What's that? I see something.
So anyways, what you guys notice with your perception check, and we're missing a perception check there, but what Gallo notices with his perception check is he can swear he hears. Actually, Viggo as well. You guys swear you hear like a little, like almost splashing, like a mild splashing noise, suggesting that there is actively like water moving, maybe against rocks or what have you. But specifically, Gallon, You also swear you hear like a slight creaking noise, rhythmic creaking noise. What is that? What the hell is that
Ooh.
rhythmic creaking noise? And then you
This
come
is-
to the
yeah, this
then you
is-
come to the realization. No, you know that sound? That's fucking creaking leather. Something's walking towards you.
Something's coming. Fucking oh shit.
What do you do?
Okay. We're gonna make. a
So
decision
I'll give
quickly.
you I'll give you a couple of seconds to make a decision really fast, but then I'm going to keep moving.
I'm gonna stealth.
got roll
Can
20.
I cover the sunrod?
It's not hot, so you can cover it and reduce the amount of light that it sheds, but it will still continue to shed light. So let's say you close your fist around it, and light's kind of like because the sun rods aren't hot, as far as I understand, they're not hot. So
I would be
sun rods
moving it
should
stealthily.
you can reduce it to 10-10 instead of 30-30. You want to do that?
Yeah, and I mean I'll move back.
Okay, I will attempt to change this for you. I already double clicked your mini. In about 10 minutes, it'll fucking pop up the option for me to make that alteration for you.
Okay. I'm swift
I
action.
won't lie. I'm getting really fucking annoyed. It's probably how much I bitch about Roll20 while they were like, yeah, we're definitely never going to sponsor this stream. So, well, if you didn't suck, Roll20.
I'm gonna. Oh, actually,
I'm gonna
make sure
refresh
it's
again.
Right.
This is killing me.
chameleon.
This is fucking.
This is
It's
right
not even like
chameleon.
there's a lot of shit on this screen. Like there's only a handful of minis and a map. Like it's nothing. There's nothing heavy on this screen. Fucking Warmonger is a heavy game.
Scott, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna drop one of my armors, improved armor for dark vision. So apply dark vision to me.
Okay.
If I put the sunrod in the haversack, right?
it disappears
will not
entirely. It
work.
doesn't exist.
But
it's not
I
even-
can get it back
it is
out
not
and
even-
still work, right?
You would take in the haversack. Things come to hand immediately, so it's a move action to pull it back out. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Um,
just letting you know I'm going to move back and probably just do that and
Yeah.
rely on my allies. That's all I can do for now.
Okay,
So you
and
stepped-
I'm
Dark
So hold on. Are you dropping it completely in the haversack?
Yes.
Okay. So hold on, I have to open your thing back up and eliminate your light entirely. Give me a second.
okay. Okay.
Give me a
Just making
second.
Sure things are added properly.
Please hold. Your call is very important to us, and we'll get with you shortly. In the meanwhile,
trying to
we're
make
going to
sure I-
repeat the same advertisements to you that you don't give a fuck about. Press 1 if you'd rather go to our online service. Your call is very important to us, and we'll be with you shortly. However,
Chameleon adds
Oh my
4,
fucking
good.
God.
Okay. Trailblazer.
Vigo, you don't put it in the haversack.
All right, let's just move forward.
Okay. I
can't even move minis right now. It's so fucking frozen. I can't even move minis right now.
I'm rolling my stealth, Scott. Is that okay?
Just give me no. Just give me a second.
No. Okay, I'll wait.
I'm just gonna. I'm closing all my Chrome windows. I'm closing every Chrome window I have. So if anybody drops anything in chat, I can't even see it. So if you drop anything, Lux, Fortune's Favors, any of those, I can't see what you're doing because I closed all my Chrome.
Quick, find a way to spam Daddy Dice while he can't see.
I'm only opening Roll20. That's it. Just Roll20. I have half an hour left. I'm just gonna go with just Roll20 open. I still have Firefox open, so
Scott,
viewers can
you've
see.
turned off your targeting computer. Is everything okay?
So
That's,
frustrated right now.
That's a Star Wars reference, by the way, Scott.
I think he's a little distracted right now.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
he'd
just
have got it.
I'm trying to literally use a fucking map, and the game is like, yeah, it's too hard.
Maybe he'd have got it if I made like a reference from the newest 3 films.
All right, so yeah, it was episode 4 when he's going to fly at the. So, anyways, the Gallon, with your insane perception check, you start to see movement because I'm pretty sure this is you that sees with your 60 feet of dark vision. You start to see somebody, or maybe it's not you. Maybe it was whatever. So you're able to see.
No, I got I have dark vision now because
You have dark vision. I'm curious what's
I
something.
said once I heard the person walking, I switched to dark vision and chameleon.
Yep. No, I heard that, but the fact that you're able to see 65 feet away is weird.
It's six. Let me double check. I think it's 60 feet of dark vision.
It should be 60 feet, but it should be 60 feet of dark vision.
Yeah, 60 vision of dark. 60 feet of dark vision.
You know what's funny is they have this like plus sign on Roll20 now, so it's like right next to where you press like any of you that are DMs on Roll20. There's like the settings cog for your different maps, and then there's a plus sign that randomly appears like fucking 1 pixel next to it. So if you misclick ever so slightly, you make more maps. Which is like, God damn it! Could you like move that over like 5 more pixels? Haven't you ever made a website before? There's rules to this, and you're breaking the rules. Anyways, so all right. Let me delete all my extra maps. All right, cool. So cool with the I'm hoping it's not the multiplier that's not affecting this to make it happen this way. But anyways, you are able to see the one person just barely moving shadowily in your view. You absolutely saw movement literally there on your screen right now, right here. If you were to like zoom in, you can just barely see a shape there.
So
You
I'm
hear
gonna
creaking
stealth.
leather. Yep.
I'm gonna stealth. So shall I roll that?
Good.
Shall I roll stealth?
Yep.
Is
Yep.
what
Yep.
I asked.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Sorry.
Just making sure. Oh well. I'm gonna sort of move up a little bit here. What are these? Just rocks?
Yep, those are actually because of the moisture one that's down here. It is a salt
shit.
water safe kind of like mushroom that grows here. So, anyways, as you're moving down with your stealth check, allow me to roll
this
my
would be about
allow me
where
to
I
roll my
would-
perception check /R1d20 plus I closed my character sheets. Hold on, I have to open up a second window.
Okay. Well, depending on what happens, I will
Half a
describe to you guys what I'm
tixer.
seeing, or I will get shot.
Okay.
There's the two things that are going to happen here. Is we're going to roll initiative, or I'm going to describe what I see.
Oh, sorry. That was supposed to be a 2, but either way, a 15 doesn't hit you. Or sorry, in case Joey's watching, let me reroll. All right, there we go. So
that moved to the 20, and I was like,
so yep, you were able to move down, and you see 2 targets moving upwards. Go ahead and describe.
Okay, so I see 2 people moving up. Are they? I mean, I assume they look humanoid. Humans.
They
not like
look
skeletons
humanoid,
or
but now that
anything.
you're close enough, you absolutely can tell that they're fucking skeletons.
Okay, we got 2 skeletons moving up, patrolling down here. Basically just kind of relay, do we want to engage? I assume probably, but they're moving up and down. They're coming this way. Get ready.
What do the other characters do as he says they're coming this way? Get ready. Do you try to like move and hide, or do you stay where you are?
I'm
going to. Me personally, I'll probably go here.
I'm going to prepare an action to prepare like a crystal to throw the second they round that corner.
Any movement?
So
from me
you
would
move backwards,
produce,
Vigo. Stealth check. What's up, Neil?
Any movement from me would just produce too much unnecessary noise. So I'm just standing still where I am.
Ready to engage when they round the corner. Okay, cool. I assume
Waiting for
do
stealth
they-
from Vigo.
Oh,
Yeah, I had
stealth
to
from Viggo,
remove
right?
modifiers.
Oh, the 2 crew.
They heard me.
Trips up on the corner of the stationary wall.
Yay! I was like, this is when I roll a 1, of course, or roll a 2. You say that they're moving, they're coming, and as soon as like Vigo starts to move, one of them holds up their hand, and then like gestures towards the hallway, and then turns to them, and says something in a language that you don't understand.
Raise the
Gal,
alarm.
let me look at your sheet real quick. And yes, I did say the skeleton seems to give a
Spoke.
commands to the other skeleton and then
Okay.
spoke. Give me 1 second though. Yep, in a language that you don't understand. And then They both
It-
move forward quickly. But before we do anything else, we can roll initiative.
Okay, good. I was gonna be like, if they go the other way, I'm engaging right now because they're going to get someone. But this works as well. Have I removed favored terrain? I have. Good. Okay. Ooh. I like.
All right. You guys rolled. Why do I have random? Oh, these are from the previous one. That's fine. Delete those off. And we roll these guys on here. They tend to have really good initiatives. Yep, they do. So, you are going to get skeletons have awesome initiatives. I love their modifier.
Nice.
And then let me do this over here. You here. Give me about 10 seconds. Almost done. Almost done. Have my okay. Cool. And then I just gotta click.
That's actually less. Oh well, it is a thing. Combat's just gonna start the way it is anyway.
Okay.
The second they start running, I'd probably engage anyway, so that makes sense.
So Galen gets to go first. I am not daddy's dicing, so you can imagine like they do this gesture. They take like a step forward or whatever, right? And then the initiative kind of triggers as Galen makes his action.
Yeah,
Go
because
ahead, Galen.
I'm like watching them sneak up, and then the order, and then they start running. So I'm like, oh shit, engage.
Yep.
And I would.
Sorry, I have no music chat. Go ahead.
I would also be like in everyone's head, they heard you, and then start fighting. So I'm gonna do. If I don't move, I can do a full round combat, right?
Mm-hmm. Or if you move only 5 feet.
Then yeah, I am gonna.
Actually, where you are, there's rough terrain.
Oh, then okay. Then
Yeah,
no,
so
no movement.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a full round action.
And Neil and Jake, feel free to follow along on the Twitch. Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna spend 2 power points to add the 2d6 psionic damage to this. So, sorry, my keyboard's behind my mic, so it makes it funny to do numbers. Okay. So I'm what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attack this one because I'm assuming Neil's probably gonna go for that one when he rounds the corner. So I'm gonna attack the one with the crossbow.
Okay.
Oh. I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah. 29 hits. Yeah.
Nice.
So you did the
26
psionic.
damage.
You did the psionic shot. You released your 2d6 damage.
Yes. So the psionic shot damage is the same as the crystalline braces damage. So I just roll. I have that as a roll. It's not the psionic shot as in I expend a focus. I expend 2 power points.
Power points. Oh, my apologies. You probably said that, but I was clicking stuff, so I wasn't listening. My apologies.
Yeah.
So the grand total is 26 points of damage.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you take your crystal and you hurl it at the first one. And as the crystal flies in, it does like it cuts right through one of the ribs. So it cuts through the leather armor, cuts right through the ribs that they have, and it almost like severs the spine on the backside. And without muscles or anything like that to hold it together, but the spine severed, the thing just kind of like flops and moves around inside of its own armor and almost like falls into itself. So it looks like it's like a solid foot shorter as it like gets kind of toppled into its own rib cage. The only thing holding its shape right now is the fact that it's wearing leather armor. And then it just kind of like stumbles back and forth a couple of times, and like one of its knees, kind of like the whatever magic or whatever it is that holds its knee together around like the joints there, kind of collapses, and as the thing starts to fall over, it hits the ground and crumbles into a bunch of individual bones onto the ground. Like even like the mandible falls off the jaw. You like some of the bones actually crack from the crashing sound of falling around. You guys obviously hear like the bum 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 bum, and you hear all the noises that go along with this. You caught it completely off guard. You absolutely killed it. You have another attack, sir.
Yeah, so I get this one's gonna be on the next one. I am gonna spend another 2 points. I wasn't originally, but now if I can take them both out instantly, that without too much sound other than them crumbling, that'll be really nice. So I am gonna spend 2 more points. And boop. Not nearly as good of a roll.
That's only a 10. Did you want to modify that at all?
What do you guys think? Luck it for a big, for hopefully a kill, but also I may not actually. Them armor may not be the dex. Bones are good at dex, right?
Yeah, they're wearing leathers, like I said, and they have dexterity and
Yeah,
whatnot,
no,
so.
I'm not gonna luck it because I don't think I'm gonna get a high enough.
Okay. So you leave it alone at 10. So you throw it at the first one again. You crumble it, and then you the second one you throw, and it just kind of like tings into the actual stone wall behind it, and then the crystal itself starts to almost like crumble away into like fading away into the various dust particles it turns into as it dissipates. All right, that was your turn. So they were going around the corner to go attack whatever that was that they heard.
Yep.
But instead sees you there, and it turns and it's going to move up to you instead. So very quickly turns and moves up to you. And once again, says something in a language that you don't understand, but this time it's significantly louder. It calls something out, and audibly calls something out in a language you don't understand. Now, to be clear, because it does this call out, it is a skeleton. It doesn't have lungs. Obviously it's the magic involved to make this even function, right? But it does make it so it almost has like, as its voice yells outwards, there's almost like a rattling kind of noise to the way that it goes. Like, so you hear a voice, you hear words. It makes, again, like a rattly kind of noise to even be able to get that out of there. It almost sounds forced, like a hoarse noise. It didn't have this when it was quiet. It's just because it's trying to, be loud. That all being said, Viggo, if you want to go ahead and roll for me a linguistics check. And I don't think Tristan applies. I'm looking at his sheet right now. Yep, doesn't apply. Okay. 23. Are you happy with your
it would've
23
been
before I make my attack roll?
You guys. We need
What,
to know
sorry?
what it's saying, or not really.
I mean, it would be useful to know like what language, etc., they're speaking, or if he's like warn the master, or it could be.
Yeah, that's a good
it could
point.
be
He might have been
indicative.
yelling out to someone.
Or if he's just shouted like,
Nice.
"No, Terry!"
And Viking, I think unfortunately I lost the touch armor thing when they were alerted to Viggo. So I don't think
when the first round of combat, they are flat-footed. Yes.
Oh.
Mhm.
I probably should have.
That still means that they have
Too
their
late now.
armor applied on there. So a 10 still missed. Either way, a 10's fucking trash.
Oh
right?
yeah, I know, but I might
Like-
have.
like- like
rolled
a
less
child
than-
has a higher AC than a 10, right? So
Yeah, it's fine.
anyways, or at least a 10, right? Even if a kid had like an 8 dexterity, but they're small sized, they get a 10 AC, right? So moving on, the my apologies. With your 27 linguistics check, you aren't able to make out the words that he's saying. You can't like understand the exact words, but you can definitely with the DC 25 put together. This sounds kind of like Daelish, but like so different from any form of Daelish you have ever heard before. Like it sounds, it's again, I often use this kind of analogy, and for that I do apologize, but it sounds as akin to Daelish as say Italian or French does to Latin, right? Like that's how similar it sounds. Like it is just so there's like tones to it that's like as a polyglot like yourself, you're like, no, this sounds like Daelish. Like I swear, no, it sounds like Daelish. And those calls, like the inflection, you're pretty sure this is a call of warning. You actually think he was calling to something specifically, like there was like a proper noun inside there. It's kind of like what you're getting the impression of, as opposed to getting any actual words of what they're saying or what. Like you think that there may have been a name in there, but again, it's so hard to even like what was the word he even said. It's hard to recall because again, it's such a high check. It's so different. So the structure is different. Everything's different. So either way, yeah, I know, huh? Either way, you go ahead. That's it. You're good. That is what you get for your result. He attacks you. Are you ready for this? Oh my god, this is so dangerous. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ha! Woohoo! I think an 18 hits you. I hope it. 18 is pretty high. Hold on. What kind of armor do you have on? Do you have your light armor or your heavier armor?
I mean astral skin.
Astral skin. I'm going to assume an 18 hits you.
So no daddy dice? Like you're confirming?
I'm confirming no daddy's dice. I think an 18 hits you with the astral skin.
Incorrect.
No, come on. Oh, it's not your beefed up one. Oh, what are you, a
forgot,
19?
I have the braces now.
Oh,
I have the braces, and I also have currently 1 improved armor augment on.
Are you a 21? Is that what your AC is?
I'm a 20. I can go up to 21 if I took one of my armor augments for dark vision. But yeah, I'm at 20.
Ah, damn it. I honestly thought an 18 was going to hit. All right. So it rushes at you, and it has a sword in hand. It literally, as you see right there, has a sword and shield. It rushes towards you and takes a slash, but you are too nimble. You easily are able to evade the attack. All right, cool. The next one is dead, so we'll just skip past him. It is now Tristan's turn. Tristan, you, I believe, can actually see this thing from your own field of vision. So you can act normally. Go ahead.
Flanking.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Flanking is +2.
That's my pink not mounted. Why don't I have? I've been deleted. Oh, that's annoying. +2.
I just have to make a perception check because this place isn't small. I just have to make a perception check with penalties or whatever.
Right, so flanking is a +2. Power attack is a minus.
It's a measure how far away the person was for my modifiers.
I like that Neil has all this set up for his attacks because it's just like all these things, and then he's like, bah, and it's dead.
Don't know where my basic one has gone. +4, so it's -2, +4.
Well, I'm not faulting. I'm saying I love that you have all this set up because you just like click and they're dead.
Yeah, it should just be simple. Right. Swing.
Holy fuck.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely. So you come up behind the thing, you bring your pick overhead. It's an overhead chop with the pick, and you literally kind of like crash through the skull. It does have a small helmet on, sorry. So you cut right through, pierce right through the helmet and crack into the skull. And as you like pull the thing back, you literally rip the skeleton's head off of it.
Oh,
and it's like you rip it off. And so the arms are still there. And it's like turning back and forth between the two of you. So you still have the skeleton's head. And it's like, it's like, you will die. Like from the pick that you're holding in your head, but the body is still there facing off against him. Do you have another attack or is that it because you moved?
Does it speak common?
Oh, no, sorry. It doesn't say you will die. It goes, it says, you know, but you get the feeling. You get the,
yeah,
get the
I don't
meaning.
I don't have
Sometimes you
another
can tell
attack.
when something's a threat. Like
yeah. He didn't say like, I will bone down your mother. You know, like, but he could literally. So, all right. Anyways, so the, and your daddy's next. So, that's your turn, Viggo. You're up. Poor Viggo hiding in darkness. I don't even think he can see. I think he's blinded.
I mean, combat's
Well, I
begun,
have
so he
10
needs to head to the nearest end, right?
Yeah, I always give
Oh,
10 feet
wow.
of vision as like just so your character has like a presence of what's around them. But realistically, you still have 50% mischance. You would still have to make perception checks. I just do that so you don't feel like your mini is lost in at sea, because it'd be annoying if it was. But otherwise, you actually can't see much, or you can't see anything around you. It's pitch blackness down here. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah. I'll just take one of these. I have a potion. I'll use it.
So he like it pats on his side, counts along the number of vials that he has there, pulls it up, pops it, sniffs it. It smells like cinnamon. He drinks it.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden he starts coughing. You've just failed the cinnamon challenge. Anyways, so yeah, that's your turn, sir. Anything else?
I
No.
can listen. I'll listen to see if I can hear anything else moving.
Okay, let me make a perception check real quick. So I have, because of battle, reduces the DC by 10, but distance increases the DC by XYZ. Plus I have my own perception modifier. So I have to roll with all factors in. I have to roll this. /R 1d20 plus 5. That's with all factors from there being combat and a shout and distance and what have you. And just because I don't, well, hold on, let me just make sure perception DCs. So a 10 is hear the sound of a creature walking. 15 is hear the details of a conversation. All right. So I think that a 12 is high enough. I'm not going to daddy's dice that. That means I am able to hear what is going on, but I'll spend my standard action effectively noticing. Oh, shit. I am so sorry. I did not include all factors. I am technically distracted. I'm not actively listening, right? The person I'm rolling for is technically distracted. I actually have to roll a flat 1d20. That is actually, I forgot the -5 for being distracted. That's okay. So either way, still works. Cool. I spent my standard action because I was distracted making that check. That just means I make a move afterwards, which I will do
Reroll
right
giveth
now.
and reroll taketh away.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does this. All right. They are going to, I don't mind moving through water. So I will try to make a jump check. That's what a jump is. What, athletics,
Okay.
right?
Doesn't mind
Acrobatics.
moving through water, so probably not vampire.
Athletics. So let's do a. All right, cool. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is the full move that I can make. So you guys probably wouldn't hear that because of the sound of combat is really loud, and because you're distracted. Tristan and Gallon can go ahead and make a perception check of a. Oh wait, hold on. And because of distance, give me half a tick. No, I don't care about snapping. I care about hiding. You guys, shortest distance possible. You can make a perception check with a -21 to see if you heard something.
God damn.
No.
No. Jake can technically roll 2, but his is even higher. It's like a -25. Oh,
I mean,
actually,
guys
no,
high
that's
enough?
fine. You hear a noise from down the hallway behind you. You actually hear like almost like something landing, and like a noise of like a loud, almost like bang, not quite bang, but like a scurry kind of bang happening from behind you. So, yep, you absolutely.
okay.
Score a kind of bang. Is that what you're saying to me?
All right, so it's,
Scurry?
I'm gonna say. Do I get to say anything, or is it still that thing?
yeah. You could absolutely say something like as you're making your attack, and we'll finish the. I think we'll finish probably at the end
That's
of your
fair.
turn. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll say something's coming. And I'm going obviously in their heads. I'm going to firstly. So I want to. So the 5-foot step, is that movement?
5-foot
That's my
step is
full move
usually a
action?
free. It's usually a free action to 5-foot step, but because of rough terrain, you can't free 5 foot. It counts as 10 feet to move. And if you move 10 feet, you provoke an attack of opportunity. So your best bet is to attack first.
That's okay. I will provoke an attack of opportunity, but first
Okay.
I'm going to do what I was going to do first then, which is hearing that something else is coming, I'm going to swift action take my shield potion. So let me make sure all my modifiers are done with that, because I'm like, oh shit, something's coming. I have a way to get shield later anyway, so shield potions aren't as important for me to keep. So I'm going to down that. I'm going to back up. I want to back up so I can move one to, I have 40-foot movement, right? Yes. So I want to back up to like sort of here.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
And obviously
I
it
get my
gets
attack
its
of opportunity, of course. So I'm
Yep.
going to do that. My chance to hit was what? Plus 3, right? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't hit you.
Yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna do an attack against this thing.
It's engaged in melee. Do you have precise shot?
No.
So you actually have a
Not yet.
-4 modifier to that. Remember, if
Okay,
you attack
that's
somebody
that.
that's engaged in melee, take a -4.
That's
I really want to
18
eat this
then.
bagel, but it's dry. I want to put something on it. And it's getting drier just sitting here next to me.
Do you want,
18,
try.
do you want me to
I'm
put
pretty
something on
sure.
it?
No. I have
Marmite?
big jam, thank you.
Marmite?
Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna trust that 18 hits this.
You're gonna trust this? No, you have to re-roll because of the modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. That's all. Sorry.
Pardon me.
He like coughed to make the dice weaker. Do you think a 16 hits?
I don't want to luck it. I don't want to waste the luck.
You hit!
Yay!
All right,
Okay,
cool.
cool.
So you roll your damage. Yep.
Oh my
and
god,
absolutely,
that crit damage.
So absolutely, you throw the thing and it crashes through the front side of the armor and it hits into the chest, almost like breaks the spine. Again, this time we'll say it breaks it over close to like the lumbar. Right. So the thing just kind of like starts flopping back and forth for a second, and then literally kind of like flops backwards. But once again, because the armor that it's wearing, it kind of like is stiff for a moment, and all of a sudden kind of like falls down and breaks to a bunch of pieces. And then Neil's still like looking at the helmet, looks down at the thing, and looks back at the skull, and he sees the mandible kind of like fall off the skull, and the skull starts to slowly slide and off of his pick. So he just still has the helmet stuck around his pick, and the legs just kind of crumble before you. That one dies as well.
That was movement, swift, attack. Yeah, I've done everything.
Cool. So you killed those ones. That was your whole turn, right?
Yes, that was my whole turn.
Give me half a tick. I have to roll something. So once
Are
again,
we going to get the reveal this session or the reveal next session? That's what we're finding out.
I just need to do something else entirely. Boom.
Yeah, does the boss battle music start?
Boom.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing.
minus-
Yeah.
Does
Do we get
the
boss battle
does the
music?
Detlef music start? That's what I want to know.
So I have to roll a /R 1d20 -4 twice.
Yeah, we find out if we got Doom music or we got like Elden Ring music. That's what we find out.
And then just double checking speeds. Okay.
Yeah,
health
health
bar.
bar pops up.
Viggo sees a golden wall of mist appear in between us. It's like, well,
Back up the
Oh,
stairs.
they're fucked. Yeah, exactly.
I'll go wait by a bonfire.
One of my favorite Elden Ring videos I saw was two people playing co-op, and one person goes through the mist wall, and then you just hear him on voice chat go, ah, 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 and like a thing stabs through the mist wall a couple of times, and the guy's just like walks the other way.
All right, so it is your turn, Tristan, but we're gonna stop here for this week, and next week we'll pick back up, hopefully with a more functioning roll.
We don't know if we're get the reveal.
I have
next
one
week.
question though. How high is the roof in here?
Really good question,
Ooh.
actually. It is solid. Remember how you walked down like a straight flight of stairs
Yeah.
and then went down a twisting flight of stairs? So, there's actually a gap of space between even the roof here and the ceiling above. Like you went down a good bit, but to answer your question, it's about 12-foot high ceiling. So even if you were standing upside down on the roof, somebody would be able to
Okay.
attack you, right? So it's a 12, maybe a little bit higher, maybe like 14 and a half feet, but still, if you were standing
He knows
upside
us.
down,
Damn. That's like
somebody would be able to attack you upwards.
that's like 6 Scots, isn't it?
Actually, want to hear something funny, Neil? I'm getting a 4-foot tall what is it? Armor, suit of metal, armor.
That's cool.
Yeah. Jokes aside, Nick's girlfriend, my buddy Nick's girlfriend's parents are like throwing it away, and he offered it to me for free, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
because that thing, like those things are expensive as fuck. I'm like, yeah. So I showed it to Brittany, and she's like, no, I don't want to, and I'm like, but she's like, no, I don't want to. We saw my parents last night. My mom's like, what the fuck's the matter with you? She's like, you know, he'd love it. It'd be great in his office. Babe, referring to my dad. Babe, wouldn't you love this in your office? He looks at the picture, then goes back to grilling. Brittany's like, see, he's with me. And he's like, I think we're going to remain neutral on this one. It's like, babe, you're telling me if I got you this, you wouldn't want it? And he goes, I would appreciate any gift you get from me, sweetheart.
That diplomatic answer.
It was
That's
awesome.
experience right there.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm getting it.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's end the session. Tesh, anything you want to announce? Anything you want to do? Anything that's making you excited right now?
Not at the moment, no. I do have plans. There's Ark is releasing a new map, and I wish to stream it. So soon. Pay attention to the test tube on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Twitter is where I will announce when I figure out when I can fit it in.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Glad to have it. He's doing the new arc. Jake, are you ever going to release your podcast? And Neil, when is your OnlyFriends?
My friends.
That took you a little while to notice.
So I now have my third. I don't know, maybe it's more by now. I now have a third donor. And an admission date. So hopefully I will be admitted on the 6th of July before my birthday. Literally the day before.
Fantastic.
So fingers crossed. I will be admitted, and then you might not see me for some time. We'll have to see. At any rate, I will be bald, like a naked mole rat, with no eyebrows, no nothing.
That's freaking huge, bro.
It's terrifying.
Fantastic.
And also, guys, if you didn't know, VSword is an affiliate now. So make sure to head over there when she's streaming. And let me tell you, she can control some Spyro like I've never seen her make any mistakes. Professional play.
The way you said that.
All right.
Yes, absolutely no mistake. Okay, good. I was reading that right.
I'm a little uncomfortable now, but I'm going to let you guys go. All right. So thank you everybody for coming by and hanging out. Don't forget Lost Initiative tonight over at twitch.tv/Lost Initiative show. Lost Initiative now. Crap. Rena apparently can't make it tonight or Friday night. So we're still trying to figure out, because she all of a sudden she's like disappearing for something. So we're trying to figure out what we're doing for both of us.
Turn up for. I can murder hobo.
Well, so we're trying to figure out what to do with both sessions. Friday I have half an idea. Tonight I'm not 100% sure. I still got to figure it out, but first I got to go to work. So I'll let y'all go because I am I blocked off some time for today, but now I have to work triple as hard to make up productivity for the lack of working I've done for the past 2 hours. And I have to go pick up Rory from school in the middle of my workday later on too. So I have to do 8 hours of work in about 5 hours or 4 hours time. So I got to go
Good luck.
and be awesome. Bye, everybody.
Good night. Try and get some sleep on a real bed.
Oh, also, I can't really raid because I don't know who's streaming right now and I don't have any other windows up. So I'm just going to end the stream. Sorry. Bye.